164 days ago, the Texas Tailgaters took their first steps in the sport of banana ball. Tonight, the boys in blue and orange take on the namesake of the sport, the Savannah Bananas, in the second largest banana ball game ever here from Neyland Stadium. The best matchup our sport has to offer gives us two of the best starting southpaws in 2026, Austin Drury for the Bananas and Christian Davis for the Tailgaters. Come on in and stay a while as it's Banana Ball on ESPN. He's one of the most brilliant minds in this universe. Josh Salevsky to my right. I'm Brett Loftus, voice of the Texas Tailgaters. Josh, a 4-game winning streak for the Tailgaters against the Bananas came to an end 2 nights ago at Covenant Health Park, just right down the road here in Knoxville. But we're back in a football stadium where we were 3 weeks ago, and those Texas Tailgaters victorious. This has been the best matchup in the sport and perhaps the best version of banana ball we've seen this year. How do we see that happen again tonight?
Well, I think you're going to see another cutthroat battle, especially when it comes to trick plays. That was certainly the case on Thursday night. The Bananas just edging out the Tailgaters 15-14 to deny an equalizer point. But look, the Bananas got to breathe that sigh of relief on Thursday, finally overcoming the Tailgaters, but they have played awfully good against the Bananas all season long. And when they were playing in Kyle Field, they kind of embarrassed the Bananas. It was a very strong win for the Texas Tailgaters, and they're trying to do that yet again in front of the second largest crowd in banana ball history.
Two big differences at Kyle Field. One, the Texas Tailgaters were the home team. The second being Biko Scala was there. I'm so honored and blessed to be in his seat, but we were actually able to find where he was at tonight. I think we have that. Let's see it.
I've acquired Sting. Goblins, orcs. Look out. For Gondor! I've become unstoppable.
Me versus a car. Who wins? Pretty sure it's me now.
Sean! Oh, crap. I think I could take on a polar bear right now. Now I get what they mean when they say power corrupts. I'm corrupted.
Man, Biko Scala, that's a dangerous man roaming the streets, Josh Salevsky.
Yeah, and you might see him on the milk cartons next time you go to the store. We're kind of missing Biko right now, so if you happen to see a guy wielding a sword in your neighborhood, please email Zach at thesavannahbananas.com. We will really appreciate getting our beloved Biko back here.
You don't have to send an email to see highlights from 2 nights ago from Covenant Health Park, where the Bananas took on the Tailgaters game 1 here in Knoxville, as we'll actually roll those right now. It started off the same way a lot of Tailgater games have started off this year, with a trick play, but it's for those in the yellow. Alex Ziegler, the designated fielder for the Bananas, going behind the back, book it to begin the ball game in the first.
Yeah, and that capped off a 3 trick play inning for the Savannah Bananas, a really strong start, and it was the same offensively. They had D.R. Meadows in scoring position, but it's the throw from Zach Watson in left field. Perfect, and in time to Taj Porter to keep Meadows from scoring and keep the Bananas off the board in the first inning of play. Tremendous stuff from Wani, and then Noah Nisnik in the second inning escapes some trouble with a big strikeout.
Talking about pitch, and this one gets away from Chris Clark, misses high. The first point of the ball game, a walk-off from the captain, Bill Leroy, to take a 1-0 lead at the end of 2. Perhaps things would get better for those Tailgaters, and they would. Chris Clark gets his first strikeout back in Knoxville, where he was a Smoky in 2022 and 2025, pitching in his old jersey.
Yeah, it was fun stuff for Chris Clark, but you saw this pitch, a little wild against Reese Alexiadis, and he would swipe first base for the 5th time this season, leading all players. Tailgaters would challenge, but on replay review, the call was upheld, so Alexiadis safely in at first, and then the very next pitch from Chris Clark destroyed off the bat of Dan Oberst, rattling around in that left center field corner, and it was Reese Alexiadis streaking around and scoring the second point of the game for the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, up 2-0 after 4. You got to feel good if you're the Bananas. Now you can feel even better. 1 out, top 5. Reese Alexiadis fakes the tip drill. Then Super Reese with a super throw beats Jacob Pimpersick by half a mile. And what a tag from Bill Arroyo. Double play to end the inning.
I mean, there's some of the best outfield assists we have seen in a game all season long. Tremendous stuff from Alexiadis and all of his Bananas teammates loving the strong defense. And speaking of strong defense, it's Zach Watson, tornado catch in left field. How about this, Brett? Book it!
Book it, book it, book it! And then, well, you didn't book this. Super Reese continued his showman performance as he got an RBI walk-off single in the 6th. That would be the final point that the Bananas would score as they took a 3-0 lead. Now we can get back to our regular scheduled programming. Jordan Hussein, Taylor Justice, book it, book it.
Yeah, the Tailgaters trying to stay in line to secure that equalizer point, but this is where things were really on the line. 8th inning, the Bananas trying to continue to push that needle. Leroy misses the trick play. It put Hussein on first base, and then the next batter, Zach Watson, hitting this one over the head of Robert Anthony Cruz in left field. That would play 2 for the Texas Tailgaters in the top of the 8th inning. But then, very next batter, Nick Lopez comes up to the dish, and this is where you see some high-level IQ, courtesy of DR Meadows in center field. The Bananas only up 1 trick play currently, but Meadows continues to tip until Robert Anthony Cruz can secure that one behind the back, and the Bananas would be up 3 going into the bottom half, and they would wind up denying that equalizer point.
The yin and yang of trick plays in a single inning. Trick play miss from Bill Arroyo, and then they get the double trick play to negate the equalizer point. No yin and yang here. It's the best closer in the history of the sport, Danny Heisley, to get a strikeout and secure the 3-1 victory for the Bananas. Low scoring game, only 3-2 in the runs category. A lot of trick plays. It was your typical best version of banana ball possible between the Tailgaters and Bananas, and it's been much of the same this year. Josh, these two teams, when they played as the home team, it's normally been the home team who comes out victorious. Tonight, that's the Bananas who are the home team on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, these teams have played 8 total times this season when you include the Banana Ball Open, and when they played as the home team, both of these squads 3-1. And where you really see the differences when you're comparing these home and away numbers for both of these squads, it's on the pitching side of things. The Savannah Bananas with a 3.75 earned run average when they're pitching as the home squad. That earned run average over 9 when there is the away team. And you see, as far as trick plays are concerned, it's really not affecting the Texas Tailgaters very much. But the Bananas feel a lot more comfortable getting all those trick playouts when they're playing as the home team. They've just got to continue to see if they can silence those Tailgaters bats. As you see, they have just a 735 OPS when they have played as the away squad this year.
Yeah, Tailgaters are not afraid to rip trick plays no matter where they're at on the scoreboard. Tonight, they're the away team. Here in the 8th largest stadium in the entire universe, it is Neyland Stadium that plays home to the SEC's Tennessee Volunteers. And check this out. My history nut Josh Talevsky loves this. This is the first baseball game played here since 1921 when the University of Tennessee took on Cincinnati in an exhibition game.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy that we're snapping this streak of over 100 years with no baseball being played in this stadium. Very unique dimensions, a short porch to left field, 50-foot nets courtesy of netting pros. We'll see how many home runs we get here tonight. The record in football stadiums is 11. But I'll tell you what, the energy has been brought here in Neyland Stadium by all the fans.
You could say it's unlike anything we've seen before, but 21 days ago, we seen the biggest, the largest banana ball game of all time. College Station, Texas, Kyle Field on the campus of Texas A&M. It was the same exact matchup. The Texas Tailgaters playing host to the Savannah Bananas. How did it start out? Super Reese with a super slam in the top of the 2nd. The first bomb of the night goes to the Bananas.
Yeah, it was a big home run for Reese Alexiadis, who has just been tearing the cover off the ball, specifically in football stadiums this year. But the Bananas brought out their special guest, Tyler Toney of Dude Perfect, went down swinging against Chris Clark. I mean, that's a former Cubs minor leaguer making it all the way up to AAA. A tough AB for Toney, but still getting some kudos from his teammates. And you see the Nanners up 2 runs here in the 4th inning, but they would be unable to hold this lead as Jordan Hussein came all the way around to score on a ball four sprint and a throw that went awry from Bananas catcher Bill Leroy. One of the most electric plays you will ever see in our young sport. That is why you love to see the ball four sprint. That's why you love to see Jordan Barth. Messed up a whole bunch of nachos up there in that suite, en route to the Tailgaters taking a 4-0 lead after 6 frames. There's been nobody hotter than Jordan Barth since that banana ball opened. And you saw Jonathan Luters getting that bat riding up on the unicycle. And the big question was, short porch to left field in Kyle Field. Could Luters do the impossible? A deep drive out to left field. That one off the 50-foot net. A very long single for Jonathan Luters, but he was fired up nonetheless, and he would come around to score on this sacrifice fly, but a really tremendous catch from Reese Alexiadis, manning center field, crashing up against the netting. Super Reese was superb, as he has been in football stadiums going all the way back to 2025. Best defensive play of the night. But hey, Super Reese shows up offensively as well. Second yaya of the ball game. Helped put the Bananas in the points category right there. 4-1 as we rolled on to the ninth, in a matchup we've seen so much this year in the ninth inning. Reese Miller, Robert Anthony Coos, and Rack pops out to Jose Gonzalez for those Texas Tailgaters to get the biggest win in the biggest stadium in the history of banana ball by a final of 4-3. That was 21 nights ago. Here tonight, Neyland Stadium, home of the Balls. It's the Tailgaters. It's the Savannah Bananas. It's Banana Ball right here on ESPN.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to learn the rules of our game. The name of the game is Banana Ball. And in Banana Ball, we have 11 rules. Rule number 1, every inning counts. You win the inning, you get a point. How do you win the inning? Score more runs than the other team. The final inning counts the most, where every run counts for a point. And if the visiting team has more trick plays than the home team when we get to the final inning, they will receive an equalizer point. Rule number 2, we have 9 innings or a 2-hour time limit. Unless, rule number 3, if we are tied, it will force a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder. Rule number 4, there is no bunting because, say it with me, Knoxville, bunting sucks. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Swing the bat. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base. Rule number 6, there are no walks in banana ball. Ball 4 is a sprint. The runner can go as far as they want until all 9 fielders touch the ball. Rule number 7, batters may not step out of the batter's box. If they do, he'll call it a strike. Rule number 8, there are no mound visits. Rule number 9, the banana ball challenge rule. During the game, each team has an opportunity to challenge. One umpire call per game, and not only do the teams get to challenge your authority, Vince, well, so do the fans. Your fan challenge representative was picked earlier tonight. His name is Mark. And I swear he's here somewhere. There he is. Oh, yeah? That's not nice.
Welcome back to our 2026 Banana Ball World Tour pre-show presented by DQ. DQ, happy, taste good. Neyland Stadium, 101,000 people, the second largest banana ball game of all time, and one of the biggest stars in this game is a designated fielder for the Texas Tailgaters. Let's take a look at what Sunshine did last Saturday night in El Paso.
Jonathan Sunshine Looters breaks the banana ball single game trick play record with his 9th trick play here in El Paso. Sunshine, tip drill, bucket, tip drill, bucket. Sunshine, oh what a play, between the legs, tip drill to himself, bucket, tip drill, bucket, bucket. Jordan Barth, between the legs for 1, between the legs, Sonny, bucket, bucket. But it's Sunshine, tip drill, bucket, bucket. Trickeration overload here in Texas. Hit out to Sunshine. Between the legs. Book it to first. Not in time. Hit the Sunshine. Between the legs. Book it. Jonathan Sunshine Loaders. Sunshine. Between the legs. Taylor Justice. Book it. Tailgaters win 4-1. And they just broke the single game trick play record with 22 of them. Jonathan Sunshine Loaders, 9 trick plays. Book it for the record.
Jonathan Sunshine Looters special. Josh Talevsky, what he has done to revolutionize trick plays and also the sport of banana ball as the designated fielder has been special in the great year of 2026.
Yeah, and he snapped Ryan Cox, the glove magician's record for most trick plays in a single game. But you see, he is also currently on pace to beat Cox's record of being the fastest guy to reach 100 trick plays in a single season. Cox did it in 33 games in 2025. Looters is projected to hit 100 in game 28 this season. And what really stands out every time I'm interacting with Jonathan Looters, he wants to talk about trick plays, how he can continue to plus the experience for people, and he wants to make sure that his identity is that he is the best designated fielder known to fans in banana ball.
You keep hearing us, if this is your first ever time watching the great sport of banana ball, mention designated fielder. Well, how did that come about? For more on that, let's send it to our lovely sideline reporter, Sam Bauman.
While most of banana ball has come straight from the mind of Jesse Cole, the sport's newest addition actually came from its oldest player.
Please welcome Matt Wolf.
I didn't know how to be accepted by me, so I really thought about how I was going to introduce that to Jesse. And Jesse goes, well, you just get to the point.
Their points were very valid. It was designated runner, designated hitter, designated fielder.
The designated fielder, a position designed around utilizing your best glove in the lineup, the same way in which a team might use their best bat as their designated batter. The brainchild of Indianapolis Clowns, Matt Wolf.
Matt Wolf showing off the trickery.
Highlighting defensive stars like himself and Texas Tailgaters, Jonathan Sunshine Looters.
He is as tricky as we've seen anyone in banana ball.
The innovation of trick plays, the evolution of our sport.
Who both knew, aside from longevity for their own careers, was a big win for the fans.
It's going to be more entertainment with trick plays, and you have better defense being faster games. Like, those two things are really good for banana ball.
And how about Jonathan Looters? How many juggles is he going to do?
And with the Equalizer Point now in play, it matters that much more.
What we're doing with our trick plays actually helps us win games possibly, which is really cool.
Trick play for the win!
We are your hosts. I am the young Professor Matt Grafer.
And I am Garrett Rhinestone Lampert.
And let's meet the rest of the crew. Carrying our tune all across the nation. Give it up for the world famous Banana Band.
The best country music, both sides of the Mississippi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Tailgater Band.
They are the greatest dad bod cheer squad to ever grace God's green earth. Give it up for the Bananas!
The biggest tailgaters in all of sports. The last thing a cheeseburger sees before it meets his maker. The Beefy Boys.
They are America's sweetest hearts. Your Banana Nanas!
Busting a move everywhere they go. The official dance team of the Texas Tailgaters, the Texas Two-Steppers.
She is Her Royal Majesty of Banana Land, Princess Potassia.
The rodeo radical who truly does it all. The concrete cowboy, J.J. Cash.
It just means more in the SEC, and in banana ball, whatever's normal, do the exact opposite. There's 11 rules of our sport, and why don't we take a look at them? Brought to you by DQ.
Banana ball is the fastest and most entertaining show in sports. And the 11 rules guarantee the most fans-first experiences every second.
Unbelievable!
Welcome to the Banana Ball Championship League.
Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. The team that scores the most runs in an inning wins the point.
It's a walk-off winner to the deepest part of the field. Oh my goodness!
With the Equalizer Point, trick plays provide the away team an opportunity to earn a point going into the final inning. And in the final inning, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, banana ball has a 2-hour time limit, guaranteeing that every game is fast-paced and action-packed. Rule number 3, no stepping out of the batter's box. If you do, it will result in a strike.
Max stepped out of the box, and because he stepped out of the box, that's it.
Rule number 4, no bunting, because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you'll be thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base.
Ball 3, Gideon taking off for first, throw from Leroy in time.
Rule number 6, there's no walks. Walks are ball 4 sprints. The batter can advance as far as they want until every position player touches the ball.
Those defenders have touched the banana ball. It is a 4-base sprint to open up the ball game.
Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, foul balls caught by a fan count as an out.
Oh, they caught it! They did! They did caught it on the third point! We're going to showdowns!
Rule number 9, the showdowns. In showdowns, the best of the best face off in the biggest moment. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder behind him. And the hitter has to score.
Deep to right center! See you later!
Rule number 10, the banana ball challenge rule gives the coaches and you, the fans, a chance to impact a call on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter. Once a game, each team can give any player an at-bat regardless of the lineup. This offers the biggest matchups on the biggest stage.
Big on big. Gamer, it's gone! It's gone! It's gone!
Get out of here, ball! That thing had a family!
And those are the rules of banana ball.
Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan. The Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all 101,000 people here in Knoxville, Tennessee, to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
Neyland Stadium, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Savannah Bananas. Leading off in center field, number 5, DR, the Doc Meadows. The left fielder, number 15, we call him Rack, Robert Anthony Cruz. Over at third base, number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson. The right fielder, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. Batting fifth, the DH,
plate, numero uno, the captain, Bill Leroy. At shortstop, number 6, our glove magician, Ryan Cox. The extra hitter, number 7, Ty Two-Fly Jackson. And at second base, number 8, our greatest showman, baby, Jackson Olsen. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas tonight, number 11, Austin Drury. Your Savannah Bananas are led by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Pyro Pirate, Ryan Kellogg, Bryce Stover, and the legend, Reggie Horton.
The starting lineups for the Savannah Bananas on the other side. First pitch here from the second biggest banana ball game ever.
With the performance of our national anthem, please welcome to the field, Connor Johnson.
Don't say, can you see now, and by the dawn's early light, was so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, and whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly straight, and the rockets ran glad, the bombs bursting in air, they gave proof through that night that our flag was still there. And oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? And oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Johnson.
How blessed are we? The Texas Tailgaters, the Savannah Bananas, 101,000 of our closest friends, and you all at home as it's Banana Ball on ESPN, the second biggest banana ball game ever from Neyland Stadium. He's Josh Zalewski. I'm Brett Loftus, and this is the best matchup we have to offer you in 2026. Josh, here tonight, you're going to see three things. A lot of home runs, a lot of trick plays, and a lot of fun in between the line between these two teams.
And you're also going to get a fantastic pitching matchup as well. The Bananas sending out the former Los Angeles Dodgers minor leaguer Austin Drury to get the ball, and the Tailgaters countering with Christian Davis, inducing more trick plays than anybody else this season. It is a fascinating matchup, and again, this is one of the last games we see between these two teams. They want this win tonight badly.
The Bananas and Tailgaters won't see each other until the next to last weekend of the regular season in September. But what we can look to see right now is the defense tonight for the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, you've got Robert Anthony Cruz starting in left field, Meadows in center, Alexiadis in right. From third to first, it is Kyle Jackson, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and Alex Ziegler. And the battery tonight, Austin Drury and Bill Leroy. And it's DR Meadows, just his second start back in center field. He's been recovering from a hamstring injury, but we saw on Thursday night the effect of DR Meadows helping this team collect 15 trick plays, and Meadows had 3 of them in center field.
DR, I know Bill Leroy is the official captain of the Savannah Bananas, but there's just something different when you look at this lineup and you look out in center field and you see DR Meadows. He has been a big-time difference. Who else has been a big difference in this battery? Obviously, Bill Leroy, we just mentioned him, the captain. But when the Savannah Bananas chose to take a starting pitcher with the 4th overall pick in the 2026 first-year Banana Ball player draft, you had to look and you had to think it had to be nobody else other than Austin Drury.
Yeah, he's been a phenomenal southpaw this season, making his 10th start for the Savannah Bananas. 29 2/3 innings pitched, 10th in Banana Ball right now, and he is one of 13, just 13 qualified pitchers with an earned run average below 4 this season. Drury's had a lot of dominance on the pitcher's mound and is 4th in Banana Ball with his 33 strikeouts this year.
However, the last time he faced this Tailgaters lineup, they roughed him up a little bit, and for good reason. 2 reasons: in a football stadium at Kyle Field, and because Austin Drury issued out 4 ball 4 sprints. A lot of patience. It starts at the top of the order here with Zach Watson. Waddy getting his first ever start as a tailgater in right field. The unction Kyle Martin hitting in the 3-hole Banana Ball Championships leader in home runs, getting his first ever start in left field. Jordan Barth, who's been hotter than the surface of the sun in the cleanup spot. You look down there in the bottom of the order, perhaps the 2 best 10-hole hitters in the entire sport is Jordan Hussein, and then when you look, Ryan Cox not hitting there tonight, but hitting the 8-hole. Those guys anchoring the bottom of both of their lineups.
Yeah, Jordan Hussein's so good at feeding the top of this order, and Zach Watson set the table very well on Thursday night. 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in for the Tailgaters, and Kyle Martin's looking for a slight rebound after his 21-game on-base streak was snapped Thursday night.
Jesse Cole, plussed out of his mind and ready to get the 2nd largest Banana Ball game ever started.
Fans, to throw out tonight's first pitch, they just punched their ticket to the College World Series. Please welcome the University of Tennessee softball team.
Beating the Georgia Bulldogs a night ago here in Knoxville, the Tennessee Volunteers softball team clinched their spot to go play in the Women's College World Series. Then here tonight in Knoxville, 2nd largest Banana Ball game ever. They're going to throw the first pitch that counts, Josh Talevsky.
And the folks here in Neyland giving them a massive ovation, the 10th time they have reached the College World Series. So a big congratulations to those Lady Volunteers.
And it's not a Banana Ball, it's a softball. The entire team on the field. First pitch, softball style, misses high. And Zach Watson will begin his night with a 1-0 count. But how cool is this? All 101,000 folks enjoyed that. And normally when you show up to a Banana Ball game, you're going to see something you've never seen before. I've never seen a Banana Ball game or a baseball game, the first pitch that counts, a softball in pitching underhand style.
I mean, you just want to make sure that they're comfortable doing what they do best. Awesome move, awesome start to this ball game, and very unique. I mean, we talk about 11 unique rules to Banana Ball, but then you see those intricate details where Zach Watson, he gets to begin the night with a 1-0 count.
Waddy's been on fire as well. The Lady Vols going to hang out here tonight. Perhaps some other special guests in the ring as well, as now Jesse Cole has a microphone again.
Everyone here to yell start the clock on 3. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Showtime indeed. Buried in the mountains of East Tennessee the Savannah Bananas, the Texas Tailgaters, Austin Drury, Zach Watts. Where else would you rather be? 2-0 now to Waddy. He was the lone star in the ball game Thursday night for the Tailgaters, going 2 for 4 with that 2-run double. Stung left side. Coxie between the legs. Ziggy behind the back. Book it to begin the ball game here in Neyland.
My goodness, the Savannah Bananas pulling out the tricks and doing it early. Ryan Cox fields that one through his legs, goes with a little 360 spin after the fact, and then it's Alex Ziegler, the designated fielder for the Bananas at first base, showing his impact, capping off a double trick play.
Just talked about it in the pre-show. Matt Wolf, Jonathan Sunshine Looters, if you weren't with us, pitching that idea to Jesse Cole last year in late August, coming into effect already here for these Savannah Bananas. Nick Lopez played in the SEC, but it was at Kentucky as he returns back to the Southeast behind 0-2 to Austin Drury. Pokes it in the sky. Robert Anthony Cruz, the rover out there in shallow left center, makes out number 2.
Yeah, there are very interesting dimensions here tonight in Neyland Stadium. Robert Anthony Cruz, you know, he doesn't have a lot of ground to really play with manning left field, so the Bananas at times elect to play him all over the park in this rover position. Just shift based on what you see the batter's tendencies are. And he had Nick Lopez played perfectly there for out number 2.
The Banana Ball Championships league leader in long balls, Kyle Martin, takes a big-time hat, 1-1. He's been big-time against these Bananas this year. 3 home runs in UNC against them. Had a home run against them in the Open as well. Also had a home run in the pop-up game at Navasota High School on April the 30th. AD can't get the call, gets behind Bill Leroy. Never going to see Kmart try to steal first.
No, because, again, this is a guy averaging a home run every 7.8 at-bats this season. Only Mark McGuire in 98 and Barry Bonds in 2001 had a lower home run to AB ratio than Kyle Martin. That is what we are seeing. And McGuire hit 70 that year. Bonds had 73. That's the pace Kyle Martin's on.
Right here, gets a ball for a sprint. Just the second he's gotten in the second half after the Banana Ball Open. He's trying to get 2 out of it, and he does. The 33-year-old from Greenville, South Carolina, does the Dougie, as the old man still got some good wheels.
You got to respect the hustle from Kyle Martin. He's very confident that was ball 4. That was the call from Vincent Chapman. Bill Leroy didn't exactly think so behind the plate, so he didn't give the firmest throw to Ryan Cox at shortstop to start that ball 4 sprint defense, and that's what helped Kmart get 2 bags.
Mentioned since the Open, this guy, Jordan Barth, the only tailgater hitting over 400, and in the 11 games played since mid-April, he's hitting .556. Has hit all 4 of his home runs since the Open as well. Hotter than the surface of the sun, and right now in the driver's seat, 2-1. Home run hack. These tailgaters are seeing red early. They lead all of Banana Ball with 28 long balls this year as a team. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jordan Barth stays alive.
Yeah, Austin Drury just challenging him with the heat. Barth, you talked about how good he's been since the Open. 7 of his 11 games have been multi-hit affairs. I'm telling you, this guy's playing on a different planet than everyone else and spoils that bender from AD.
Such a treacherous lineup to navigate 1 through 5 for these tailgaters. But if anybody can do it, be the 4th overall pick in Austin Drury, trying to right his wrongs from 3 weekends ago in College Station. Hit back up the middle. Rack in shallow center. Decides to throw home. Kyle Martin stayed at 3rd. His runners on the corners now, still with 2 outs, as Jordan Barth adds another hit post-open.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Rovers playing some dividends for the Savannah Bananas right now. Not only did he get the 2nd out of the inning against Nick Lopez, but then you've got Robert Anthony Cruz keeping that ball shallow enough in the outfield where Kyle Martin can't come around and score there against Austin Drury.
Taylor Justice, former CPL Banana and 2nd-year Texas tailgater in the box ahead 1-0. had one of the 8 hits on Thursday night for the Tailgaters, hitting .365. Just an offensive onslaught of a year for Taylor Justice, who's known as an elite defender. He had 5 trick plays last Saturday night, tying the record in a single banana ball game for the most ever by a first baseman. Out to shallow left. KJ going back, nobody playing back there. Coxie has to go to the fence. On his horse is Jordan Barth. Rack comes in from the rower position to cover third. Won't throw it to second. Advancing up to second base, Taylor Justice. And the first run of the night via an RBI single from Taylor Justice.
Mom, Daddy, Mickey, always giving him command. The Neyland room up in his room is broken instantly. Eyes magic little fish who grab his every wish. Cause in reality, they are his odd parents. They're the odd parents.
Taylor Justice. Mentioned his offensive onslaught, Josh. It continues here in 2026. He plates the first run here in Neyland.
And he's at his best hitting with guys in scoring position. Now 8 for 15 with runners in scoring position this year. And trying to keep the line moving as Jose Brother Gonzalez takes strike 1.
5 home runs on the year for Brother. This right back to Austin Drury, who throws it to first quickly for out number 3. Tailgaters with an opportunity to protect this 1-0 lead. How will they look to do so? Well, this is the lineup that they will run out here on Neyland Stadium's field tonight. Again, flipping what they usually do in the outfield, as Josh has mentioned, because of the short left field porch. Kyle Martin will play left. Zach Watson will move over and help Indiana Stanley man a lot of that right center field. On the corners, Justice, Barth, and up the middle, the 2 best trick play artists there are in our sport. Jordan Hussein second with 58. Jonathan Sunshine Looters 79 trick plays first and second, and 12.6 trick plays a game. Josh Talevsky, nobody else is even averaging in double digits. They have almost 3 more per game than the Savannah Bananas.
I mean, nobody's in their ballpark right now, and a big part of that is Jonathan Looters, who is projected to finish with 219 trick plays by season's end. Unbelievable stuff right now that we're seeing from Jonathan Looters.
Taj Porter, the catcher, his best friend and former college teammate, is the starting pitcher. The 2025 Banana Ball All-Star Christian Davis. If you want to talk about trick plays, nobody's better than inducing them in our sport than CD. 69 trick plays induced. Over 60% of his outs this year have come via trick plays.
Yeah, and he leads all starting pitchers with 4 wins this season, the 2nd most wins on tour, 7th in Banana Ball with a 3.19 earned run average, and he's one of 3 pitchers in Banana Ball with over 20 innings pitched while also averaging 3 outs in less than 4 minutes.
We mentioned the table setter, the guy that they look to as a leader. Top of the order, there he is. D.R. Meadows, Robert Anthony Cruz, and Kyle Jackson. This is your Savannah Bananas starting lineup, brought to you by PNC Bank.
Well, if the Bananas want to get a victory here tonight against the Texas Tailgaters, they're going to need more offense from D.R. Meadows. He has had 8 multi-hit games this season. The Bananas have won 7 of those contests, and that was the case on Thursday night. They are hoping for more big stuff from their table setter.
We talked about Austin Drury's outing at College Station. Christian Davis also pitched in that game and got absolutely tagged by the Savannah Bananas. First one to DR, a called strike. CD in that outing, 4 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 2 ball 4 sprints. Something about these teams seeing each other so much, Josh.
It wasn't exactly a sharpest outing, but he had the benefit of a lot of run support from the Texas Tailgaters, which made things a lot easier for him throughout the evening.
Thought we had our first fan caught foul ball here in Neyland. Not to be. A ball and 2 from CD. Again, the fans have an opportunity. Behind home plate, a sea of hands, but none come up with the banana ball. Just bring your glove, please. If somebody could possibly hit one up here to us, I don't have a glove, but I guarantee I'd catch it.
That would be unreal.
We seem about 5 miles in the sky here at Neyland Stadium. CD last Saturday night, we talked about the historic night it was for Jonathan Sunshine Looters, he was almost perfect as well. Induced 13 trick plays across 5 innings. Did not give up an earned run as well and struck out 5. Right here, the first payoff pitch of the night to D.R. Meadows. Out the left. Net prevents it from getting into the crowd. 50-foot nets by netting pros here at all of our football stadiums and again here in Knoxville. Jordan Hussein between the legs. Book it for out number 1.
That's got to feel good if you're Christian Davis. He's been really strong at actually keeping the ball on the ground in these football stadiums, and you see him start his evening getting that one hit over to Jordan Hussein. Easy transfer between the legs, and it's Davis winning that 8-pitch battle.
Taylor Justice, book it. Talk about his defense. Back-to-back outs, back-to-back pitches, and back-to-back trick plays for the Texas Tailgaters.
I'm telling you, as long as the banana ball stays on the ground, these Texas Tailgaters are going to rip trick plays with no problem whatsoever.
Hey, KJ, as Christian Davis gets ahead of him 0-1. One of the faces of the sport has been one of the best players in the sport early on in his sophomore campaign as he sprays it down the right field line and foul.
Yeah, Kyle Jackson currently riding a 14-game on-base streak for the Savannah Bananas. And we saw him on Thursday night swipe first base for the first time in his banana ball career. So a great IQ move from Kyle Jackson.
Well, they say about KJ, he's pretty and he's gritty. And he displayed that in a big way on Thursday night. But he comes up empty. A ponche from Christian Davis. 3 up and 3 down as the boys donning red, white, and blue take a 1-0 lead at the end of the first frame. Trickery overload. Man, I love banana ball right here on ESPN.
Through the audience, and we have picked 9 of the biggest and baddest that Rocky Top has to offer. They are going to run from all the way out here in center field all the way towards home plate, where there is a baby pool waiting for them. The first one to successfully belly flop into that pool will be the winner. This is Rocky Flop. Gentlemen, oh wait a minute. Gentlemen, tarps off, boys. Here we go. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, man down early. Keep it going. There they go.
Josh Stalevsky, something that makes national headlines every time our lovely sport of banana ball gets to come and play at a football stadium are these. And here are the Neyland Stadium dimensions.
Yeah, you see just 204 feet to the left field foul pole. 50-foot nets installed courtesy of netting pros. They stretch all the way to around left center to center field. And then you see deepest part of the ballpark, 375 feet. So this is certainly, the most unique ballpark that you will ever see as far as baseball and banana ball is concerned. And still no home runs so far, but we'll see if Mac Danford, a powerful bat in this Tailgaters lineup, can change things leading off the top of the second.
Again, originally known as Shields-Watkins Field here at Neyland Stadium. Renamed Neyland Stadium in 1962 after General Robert Neyland. But at Shields-Watkins Field, there was a baseball game, only one of them, and it was played back in 1921, an exhibition between Cincinnati and University of Tennessee. And right there, Austin Drury says good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Mac Danford. Strikes him out on 3 pitches.
And if you want to talk about the pace and the speed of banana ball, that was a 17-second strikeout that came from Austin Drury. An excellent way for him to start his second inning. And he'll try and continue the quick work here against Taj Porter.
The biggest, the largest, gonna swing it from the right side. Taj. During the open was hitting a $180. has gotten that batting average up 60 points post-open. His lone home run came against these Savannah Bananas in Game 1 at the University of North Carolina back in early April. The ball and a strike. Taj has been catching the majority of the year as well for the Tailgaters, something he and Bill Leroy, really the only two catchers in Banana Ball that can empathize with. AD, back-to-back punches to begin the top of the second inning for Mr. Drury.
One swinging and now one looking for Austin Drury, and we're only a minute and a half into this inning right now. So AD continuing to really push the pace there on the pitcher's mound and get a great frame from Bill Leroy on the inside corner against Porter, hitting from the right side.
AD elevates another fastball, gets a swing and a miss to Indiana Stanley. Another former CPL Banana who's fallen behind yet again in a 2-strike count to Mr. Drury. Could have gotten a 3-pitch strikeout there. Would have been a sub 2-minute inning, as Josh Talevsky just mentioned. Something so cool you're noticing here in every pitch, a banana painted behind the pitching rubber. The University of Tennessee's baseball grounds crew painted that pregame, something they do over at the baseball stadium here in Knoxville. Ooh, Bill thought he had 3 straight strikeouts. Instead, we'll move it to 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's got him right there. Austin Drury strikes out the side in order in the top of the second.
And it comes in 2 minutes and 35 seconds. And going to fast frame.
You talk about home runs. Really close in 2026. Here, and then all tied for second is 5. Jose Gonzalez in there, Robert Anthony Cruz, a banana and a tailgater, Lamar Sparks, a firefighter, Jackie Bradley Jr. Probably heard that name before as he sits down on the bottom of this list, former major leaguer, now with the Indianapolis Clowns. If you'd like to see all 10 of those from Kmart, well, here they are. We figured we're playing the second largest banana ball game of all time. We have a guy who's hit this many home runs. Why not allow America to be joined with the action? Kyle Martin, how are you, my friend?
Doing great, doing great. This is absolutely electric right now.
You're out in left field, only 204 feet out there. First start in left field in banana ball. First start in your life in left field?
No, I played in left field down in Mexico for a little while.
What is it like just playing in playing a banana ball game in these football stadiums, Kyle?
Absolutely bonkers. I mean, just trying to figure out the whole scheme of this. I mean, I'm playing, I don't know, left center right now. I mean, it's a little wild. I got this massive speaker behind me just blaring right in my ear. I'm surprised you guys can't hear it up there, or at least through these headphones.
Now, Kmart, you were a guy who was playing some college ball at South Carolina. You're familiar with playing the Volunteers, but what is it like to be in these dimensions?
I mean, it's all about setting a game plan, really. I mean, pitchers are still going to try and do what they got to do to try and get you out of these short ports because everybody's trying to put it up this short fence, this short net. I mean, it's sticking with your game plan, coming up with that as early as possible and holding to it the whole game.
A couple of buckets there from Jonathan Sunshine Looters and Jordan Hussein on the tip drill, trick play number 80 on the year for Sunshine. How have these guys pushed you, Kmart, when you've been in defensively to rip those trick plays?
I mean, they worked with me. I mostly work with Indy, but these two are just crazy to watch. So with them being the top of the leaderboard, it's just one of those things like everybody wants to be there, so you just try and get as many as you can possible.
Oh, man. Phil Collins coming in hot as Kmart moves over.
Oh, my gosh.
Moved over right in front of that speaker. There's Dan Oberst. Comes up empty, 2 balls and a strike. Cal, what's been the secret to you hitting those 10 home runs on a historic pace this year?
Well, let's say some people say it's the dinners. Some people say it's the team bonding experiences. I'm going to attribute it to all the above, that plus a little bit of experience.
You mentioned those dinners. For those at home watching on this national stage tonight, what exactly is it that you're referring to?
Oh, get him!
Quickly, though, Jordan Bart. What a play to get out number 2. 5-2 now in the trick play category. Book it.
Sorry, I was busy watching that amazing play. What were you saying about those dinners?
I was saying, you mentioned those dinners. What are those dinners that you're referring to right now?
I think it started all 6 weeks ago, right? When me and you and Todd started going out to dinner and then started inviting more and more guys. I think now we get up to at least 12 people every time. It's just really getting the guys together, having that bonding time, having that time away from the field together, really having some fun, loosening up. And when we come out here, it's just natural.
I know you're an SEC guy in South Carolina. How cool is it now, the football stadiums at Texas A&M and Tennessee? What does it mean in the SEC? Ball four sprint, actually. I'll let you run in on this one. Oh, you got it, Kmart! Woo! Wow. How cool was that, Kyle Martin? Talk to the world on ESPN.
Hey, that's my first time doing a ball forward sprint from left field. And shallow works out for me because I'm 33 years old and my knees don't work like they used to.
Welcome to the action. I love you so much, Kmart.
Excellent work, Kmart. Thank you.
Appreciate it, fellas.
1-0. Tailgaters lead after 2.
Really loud.
You got that right. I'm up here in the upper deck, and we're going to get crazy because it is now time for the sing-off. We're going to play 3 songs. When the song finishes, we're going to finish that song lyric. But let's make it a competition. Young Professor, who do you got?
I'll tell you what, Jesse, I'm out here in left field. I'm going to represent all of our fans behind third base, and out in left and center field, the best in class of Rocky Top.
Yeah. Well, I have all of right field and all of the first base side, and we call this the winning section. First song, Shark. Here we go.
Come on, let's get loud.
Let's hear it.
And we're off and running. The first point of tonight's sing-off goes to the first base and right field side. Yes! We got to get it back. Come on.
Here we go.
Absolutely amazing, Neyland. This point goes to the third base and the rest of the outfield. We are
Split. Taking a little Tennessee orange. Under that Bananas yellow. Running out earlier, leading the Savannah Bananas out here at Neyland Stadium. Home of the Vols, man. A stadium that has been around for over a century. The great people here in the Smokies Mountains, man. I tell you what, they love their Tennessee Volunteers, and they've showed out in a big way for Banana Bowl. Second largest Banana Bowl game ever. 101,000 people. Texas Tailgaters, Savannah Bananas. And to begin matters here in the third, Alex Ziggy Ziegler will get a trick play against Jordan Hussein for out number 1.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, soft contact, and Alex Ziegler is trying to figure out how he wanted to attack that banana ball. The patience there just paying off for Ziggy, fielding that one through the legs and taking it to the bag for the third trick play of the ball game for the Bananas, trying to deny that equalizer point.
Austin Drury has now retired 5 straight guys, and now he gets to dance. Fouled into the crowd. Fans an opportunity not to be. JT, what you know about Michael Jackson?
You know, Beat It's an all-timer for me. That Eddie Van Halen solo does it every time.
I went and seen Michael in theaters last Monday. Highly, highly recommend. Tell you what, it's one of my favorite musicals I've ever seen. Zach Watson had 2 balls and a strike. Waddy, those spikes he has on tonight, hand-painted by his wife, Jess, this past week. Woody colors. High in the sky, deep center field. Zach Watson, welcome back to the SEC as he goes yard for the first time in 2026.
Well, that's got to feel fantastic for Zach Watson, rounding the bases for the first time in 2026. The former LSU standout and Baltimore Orioles minor leaguer leaves the yard to get the Tailgaters on the board in the 3rd inning.
So close on Thursday night when he hit that double off the fence. Waddy's been dialed. I know we're playing in a football stadium. That might be going in a baseball stadium. And now we got something that's cool no matter where you do it. Jason Hurt has a microphone.
Just when I thought I'd got him to fall in love with Tennessee, I should have known better than to take him back to Abilene. I put him right back into her arms. You weren't a match for that kind of spark. She's from Texas, I can tell by the way he's two-stepping round the room. Judging by the smile that's written on his face, there's nothing I can do. It doesn't take a crystal ball to see. The cowboy always finds a way to leave. Drinking Jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell.
Escorted by
Can I say walk-up of the year? All 101,000 people inside of Neyland Stadium here in the great state of Tennessee. In that moment right there, Josh Talevsky, we're choosing Texas.
Yeah, you were trying to walk me through that walk-up earlier. I just was not nailing the spins. I'm really sorry about that. You know, I'm just glad we don't have replays to show anybody. That was embarrassing for me.
You grew up in the mountains of Georgia. You're a bit more of a swing dancer myself. You know, those intricate steps there were getting to you a little bit. Nick Lopez, he's an Ella fella. One of the hottest hits in the last year plus, choosing Texas by Ella Langley. One that the Texas Tailgaters have been sitting on until they came to East Tennessee. Ball and a strike for Lope. He fouls another one back. Guy who hit .346 last year, falling behind. A ball and 2 strikes to Austin Drury.
Putting up a good battle and having to do so from the right side. He has not been particularly strong when they've switched him over, and he's been facing off against southpaws. Just 2 for 19 this year.
And it's so hard in banana ball. Again, there's not that many lefties if you're not talking about the Savannah Bananas. So our switch hitters in this lineup, Nick Lopez, Taj Porter, don't get that many opportunities from the right side. Right there, sprayed to deep right. Reese Alexiades, book it, and a 2-piece from Super Reese.
101,000 folks getting to see Reese Alexiades show off the Frankie Super celebration. A swirling Superman spin for Alexiades. Unbelievable. And now the Nanners just down 1 trick play to the Tailgaters.
The 2 best trick play teams in all the land of banana ball. They combined for 29 of them on Thursday night. Kyle Martin, 0 for 1. Had a 2-bag ball for a sprint his first time up. They were shifting him here. That's fair. And how about that? Kmart, the 33-year-old, showing off the speed twice. A two-bag ball for a sprint his first time up, an infield single right here.
Well, Kmart, I mean, it was such a rare 0 for 5 night for him on Thursday. He's coming back with a little bit of a vengeance. The two-base sprint has already scored tonight. Now has that nice little dribbler that, you know, it's a single in the box score regardless. Good piece of two-out hitting for Kyle Martin.
Jordan Barth. This dude caught a 6 a.m. flight yesterday morning out of Knoxville, flew back to St. Cloud, Minnesota, was in a wedding last night. This morning, 6 a.m. flight out of Minnesota to get back here to Knoxville to play in the second largest banana ball game ever. He sent me a text this morning. He said, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
And I ran into him down on the field earlier. The first thing he was trying to do was figure out where the batting cage is, where he wanted to get his cuts in.
I seen him walk in the locker room right when he got back off the plane and got here to Neyland this morning. He looked like he was coming back from a golf outing and quickly changed into his BP attire. Smoked up the middle, into center field and off the fence. Kmart's easily going first to third. Barth, big round at first. Oh, Kmart's coming home. Ziggy cuts it off. Bill Leroy applies the tag. How about that to conclude matters on the top of the third?
Well, he got the windmill from one of the lady volunteers coaching third. And it winds up not exactly paying off for the Texas Tailgaters here. You see that big windmill. Nonetheless, a key run from Zach Watson. The Tailgaters will try and preserve the lead as we go down to the field. Bananas Foster family of the game.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. Look around. That's enough to fill Neyland Stadium 4 times with the amount of kiddos currently experiencing foster care. To raise awareness and help support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those who are already making a difference in the foster care world while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Worley family. 11 years ago, BJ and Madeline learned about the need for more safe and loving homes for kiddos entering foster care. Since becoming licensed, the Worleys have committed their lives to being foster and adoptive parents by welcoming kiddos with special needs, supporting biological families, and even dedicating their careers to strengthening the foster care community. Through respite care and foster care, this family has welcomed over 70 children into their home. Fans, please help us welcome to the field so that we can celebrate them, the Worley family.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear it for tonight's Bananas Foster family of the game.
Such a cool moment. Such the same thing we seen 3 weekends ago at College Station, in such a big environment. Biggest banana ball game ever in College Station, the second biggest here. A lot of things can get lost upon us, but getting to honor the Bananas Foster family of the night, that's where we're all able to come together and think about why we're really here, Josh Zalewski.
And the cool thing is, whether it's in front of 101,000 or in a really intimate venue, every time it gives you chill bumps.
We're plus out of our minds with Michael Jackson tonight. Tell you what, that's a good one too. A little smooth criminal action. Michael, again, so inspirational. Maceo, so inspirational. All these guys always teaching choreography. Great entrance there from the dancing first base coach.
And there's nobody that Maceo's taken more inspiration from than Michael Jackson. That has always been his guy.
The captain, the 9-year Banana. Got all these folks here in Neyland up clapping. Bill Leroy. Again, just having another incredible offensive year. Had a walk-off ball four sprint on Thursday night. Right here gets ahead of Christian Davis, 2-0, who has faced the minimum through 2 innings thus far. Bill, deep center. Oh, that's deep at the fence. Indy watches it fly over. 3 home runs. All 3 against the Texas Tailgaters in 2026. The captain goes yard yet again.
And that one not cheap whatsoever from Bill Leroy, testing the furthest part of this makeshift ballpark. The Bananas captain getting the Bananas on their board with their very first hit tonight.
Start calling him Billy Barrels. That one landed up in about the 5th row. That's right out there next to the 375 sign. I had to guess that went all 380 feet. Yeah, that was not a cheapo.
He is 9 for 17 now against the Tailgaters, and 3 of those 9 hits have left the ballpark.
He sees red when he sees the blue and orange. And now Ryan Cox represents the inning-winning run and the potential first point of the night for the Bananas. Ball and a strike on Ryan Cox, who continues to be the anchor in the bottom 3 of this Savannah Bananas order. No matter if he's hitting 10-hole, hitting up in the 8-hole as he is tonight, a guy that's always going to get on base.
Yeah, he might just have a 275 batting average, but a 441 OBP. Now he skies this one in the infield, and it's Hussein with the tip. Jordan Barth hauls it in behind the back, and the Tailgaters back out to a commanding 3 trick play lead in the 3rd.
Book it, book it. Jordan and Jordan, Hussein and Barth combined for a double trick play. How poetic, the man who invented trick plays, pops out into a double trick play in his first plate appearance of the ball game. Now with Ty Jackson. Pookie fouls it back, up here into the upper deck, hits off the ribbon board though. Man, he was a hot ball of fire on Thursday night, going 2 for 3.
Yeah, it was great to see from Ty Jackson, sporting a 4-game on-base streak. 2 multi-hit games, both of which have come against the Tailgaters, as that ball is laced off the 50-foot netting. A barrel for Ty to fly, and a 1-out single.
Everyone talks about his energy as he hits the thank you over there at first. Everyone talks about his energy. But man, when you put that dude in the lineup, he gets volume ABs, he's going to swing it well.
It's just a matter for some guys, you have to start to get your routine down. He's been playing in a platoon with Danny Hosley, which hasn't exactly made things easy for him.
Jackson Olsen struck out twice on Thursday night. Maceo getting active over there in the first base coaching box. Jackie sends that one up high in the blue sky here in Knoxville. Sunshine way out there in right field. Book it! Book it! Sunshine and Waddy combined for the 2nd double trick play of the inning. And out number 2 as Ty advances up 90 feet.
And the minute that banana ball touches Luter's glove, that is when runners can tag up. So a smart decision by Ty Jackson, recognizing with Luter's traveling all the way out there, he was thinking tip drill on the mind. But now 2 outs, a man in scoring position. A knock here could get the Bananas their first point tonight.
But we're trying to find D.R. Meadows. I see the University of Tennessee softball team down there. DR's with some guys holding some solo cups. What you got, Mr. Meadows?
It gets slower at the 3 or 4 cold beers. It gets louder when I'm cheering on the Volunteers. Folks know I'm country when they hear the way I talk. It sounds a little bit like my daddy. Don't cuss around my mama. Got some words you never heard unless you come from down yonder. The man upstairs gets it, so I ain't talking. talk.
You know, I've often said, Josh Talevsky, that D.R. Meadows is a doppelganger of Morgan Wallen. And I've been known to say this for years, actually.
That's really fascinating. I've never really seen the comparison all that much.
It's the stash, the new flow he's kind of got going on, you know, got shaped up about a week or so ago. That's a walk-up, by the way. He's been pitching to the Savannah Bananas director of entertainment, Zach Franzolo, for over 2 years. He said, I don't care whatever I get. And then he found out we were coming here to Tennessee, obviously Morgan from East Tennessee. He goes, I have to get a Morgan Wallen walk-up when we play at Neyland Stadium. 2-1. He's ahead of Christian Davis, who just conceded his first run of the ball game via solo shot from Bill Leroy. Deuces wild yet again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Bananas hoping Meadows can come through here. A 364 average with runners in scoring position this season. And also 2 ball-4 sprints that have driven in guys.
Ty getting a big lead out there at second. DR, oh man, smokes it off of Taylor Justice, who then catches it, Mack catches it off the ricochet. Such close confines of the dugouts here at these football stadiums. Neyland no different. Ball 4 sprint would win the inning for the Bananas. An out would push for the Tailgaters. Pale pitch. Got him! Christian Davis with just his second strikeout of the ball game, holding a 1-0 lead for the Texas Tailgaters. Play that sweet music here in East Tennessee, CD. Now for our YouTube crowd, we give you something special with Sam Bauman.
Yeah, guys, we got the Tailgaters third base coach, Meredith Barnhart, also happens to be a Lady Vol. Talk to me about the decision to send Kmart on that one, send him home.
I just know his elite speed, you know, push the defense, see if they can make a good play, but I thought we had him there.
Yeah, pressure burst pipes. You just did a walk-up with the Bananas, though. Any truth that maybe you were trying to help the Bananas that inning?
Absolutely not. You know, all the way Tailgater, but, you know, it's good to have a fun time here in Knoxville.
Meredith Barnhart, maybe we'll see her on third base coach again.
That's right.
I don't know after that one, guys.
Come on.
Wow. All the way Tailgater, Josh Talevsky. That's what they call me, all the way Tailgater. Hey, YouTube, by the way.
Hello, YouTube. Hope you guys are having a wonderful night.
Josh is having a great hair day. I don't know if you guys seen it at the top of the show. Incredible hair day. Words of affirmation. We talked about this on the elevator.
I put no product in it.
Okay. Chad Reese is telling us we must go mute now. Talk to you guys soon.
Goodbye.
Ain't too much better than a Saturday night in Neyland. That's what we got here tonight. Banana ball. Texas Tailgaters lead the Savannah Bananas 1-0 here as we get in the top of the 4th. And now, how blessed are we to be joined by the inventor of the trick play, Ryan Cox. How are you, my friend?
Fantastic, fellas. Are you on the first base or third base side? I'm trying to look for you.
First base.
Good to see you, boys.
There's some lights that should be illuminating. Don't look up here at them too much. All right, Coxie.
We got two for you.
Book it.
We got two for you.
Might we be best enough to get a book it from you, Ryan Cox?
Book it, double book it.
Oh, man, how much I love you. That's something you and I, sitting in a coffee shop that will not be named the other day, and you looked at me and you said, coming downhill to between the legs trick play, something so difficult to do, but something that you have perfected over your years in this sport. How?
Just one of those things where at a young age they teach you to play on the run, and once you get to that athletic state, kind of like basketball or football, where you're playing just based off athleticism, trusting the transfer, just like a crossover dribble, and it cuts down a lot of space. You're not thinking too much about the throw because you just cut down 30 feet. So it's something that it's cool to see a lot of guys in banana ball take advantage of it. It's something that young athletes can learn from, of how to play athletic within the rules of the game, and that was a cool double one with the mic on.
What can young athletes learn from that, actually, is what I want to know.
From the trick play itself?
No, from Vincent Chapman, actually, Coxie.
That hip mobility is crucial. Another one.
KJ between the legs. Ziggy between the legs. Back-to-back double trick plays, Coxie.
Hey, we got to keep up with those red-hot tailgaters, man. Zig's doing his thing over there. He got a camera on his hat right now, actually.
And it kind of leads me to my question for you, Coxie. I mean, your team, you're striking out more guys than anybody else at a higher rate than everybody. How does that change the way in which you guys have to approach trick plays? Is the goal maximizing these double trick plays?
It is, and trying to find our moments. Obviously, we got to win a ball game, but our pitchers are doing such a good job making it hard to hit, and you know, that's what we're trying to drill every day at practice is be perfect and get down what you know, and especially in these situations, claw back at a lead like the tailgaters have.
Matt, high in the sky, left center. The duck behind the back in a 5-trick play inning with the inventor of trick plays for the Savannah Bananas on the microphone.
Beautiful, boys. We needed that one. Beautiful night at Neyland. So proud of you guys and everything that you do to bring banana ball to millions of homes. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.
In a minute and 34 seconds as well. That's banana ball.
All 101,000 on your feet for a Banana Land tradition. We're going to get the biggest Hey Baby Tennessee has ever seen before. So everyone, let's get your hands up in the air. Hands all the way up in the air, all the way around the stadium. Get them up and fall along. Here we go, Shark. Clap those hands. Here we go. Let's get those arms waving. Here we go. Keep it going. Get those hands up. Now keep it clapping as we shovel. When I saw you walking down the street, I said that's the kind of girl I like. You guys look good tonight. So pretty, look just fine. I'm gonna make her mine. Now let me hear you sing it. One more time, Knoxville! Hey, baby, I wanna know if you'll be my girl. You guys are amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Trickery overload. Anytime the Savannah Bananas play the Texas Tailgaters, bottom of the fourth. Both of them already at 9 trick plays apiece. Tailgaters ahead 1-0. This has been the best version of banana ball the entire year, Josh Stalevsky, and it's reigned supreme through 3.5 innings here tonight.
And I think these two teams are well aware of that. Again, we saw a cutthroat battle on Thursday night. The Bananas 15 trick plays, Tailgaters 14. But these teams are moving the needle even more tonight in Neyland Stadium as Christian Davis goes to work against Robert Anthony Cruz with 4 home runs since the conclusion of the Banana Ball Open, tied for the second most in that span.
And if Rat gets hold of one, it's going a long ways. I'd say 80 grade banana ball power for any of those familiar with the 2080 grade scale Major League Baseball likes to use. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perhaps the best stat for him post-open, 5 ball 4 sprints, only 4 strikeouts. Fights it off, deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone. And it's gone. Robert Anthony Cruz puts himself alone in second place in the Banana Ball Championship League with 6 dingers and scores the first point of the night for the Savannah Bananas.
Make it 3 straight years where Robert Anthony Cruz has homered playing in the state of Tennessee. He is just different when he is here in the Southeast. And there's the acrobatics that you always get from Cruz. A missile out to left field, and it is 1-1 after 4 here in Knoxville.
The ninth time this year we've seen the Savannah Bananas and Texas Tailgaters battle it out, the second time in front of 100,000 plus here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Bananas, Tailgaters, 1-1 after Robert Anthony Cruz just launched a walk-off dinger, Apo Taco style, to conclude matters in the fourth. Taj fouls it into the crowd. The largest not caught by these Volunteers. By the way, if you include the open ninth matchup, 4-4 rubber match to this point in the year between the Bananas and the Tailgaters. TP looks at pitch number 67 for a ball tonight from Austin Drury, 1-2. Gets him right there. Another Polche from AD.
This guy is dialed right now. Brett, you mentioned some control issues for Austin Drury in his last start against the Tailgaters in Kyle Field. But in the 12 innings that have followed that start for Drury, and this includes tonight, he's only issued one ball-4 sprint in that span, and we've only seen one 3-ball count from AD tonight.
Fouled behind home plate yet again. Volunteers, did they make a play? Yes, they did. And how about that? That was a DQ shake stand. The fan who caught that foul ball run free DQ for their entire row, and you guys can win at home by scanning this QR code to download the DQ app to earn your own rewards. What a play, man.
39th fan-caught foul ball this season, the 6th that has come in a football stadium. Honestly, a little lower than I think we were all expecting at this point in the season, but that's a rather pivotal play for the Savannah Bananas all of a sudden with a lot of momentum going their way. And you see it already here. Austin Drury has jumped ahead 0-2 very quickly.
Jordan Hussein stays alive. One of the hardest guys statistically to strike out in the sport of banana ball, Jordan Hussein. Had a check me swing that resulted in an Alex Ziegler trick play his first time up. Jordan, interesting story from him. He was talking to me earlier today. He said this playing surface is so much softer than any of the other football stadiums he's been in. Large part due to the 1.5 inches of rain we've gotten over the last 48 hours. And he really talked about how much that was going to play an impact of trick plays and getting these ground balls. And so far, 18 combined here between the Tailgaters and Bananas. Vincent Chapman had his mask off, marking down the third base line here. Now he calls time. So dust off home plate. Josh, did you see something I must have missed?
Not particularly.
Small stoppage in play. Nonetheless, we will resume. 2-2. J5 stays alive. Wow. After starting Jordan Hussein 0-2, count has ran full here. Austin Drury, perhaps his last pitch of the ball game. A broken bat. Ryan Cox charges it. Bare hand, can't make the play. Tough play, even if Coxie would have made it there for Jordan Hussein, and that will be...
That's an infield single. Good hustle from Hussein, and this guy, he gets better as the game progresses. He's batting just .214 in the first 3 innings of play this year, but he's batting .300 or better the rest of the way. The longer the game goes on, the more comfortable Jordan Hussein gets at the plate.
Guy that loves to settle in. This guy's settling in well. Zach Watson went yard his last time up. On that fastball, fails it back to the net quickly. 0-2 yet again. This begins the 3rd time through in the Tailgaters lineup. See AD throwing 80 pitches. Trying to get out of this 5th. We'll see if he comes back out in the 6th. Has not been stretched out as long as some other guys in the league this year. Bananas lean heavily on their bullpen, as do these Tailgaters. Check me call, and that'll be another Polche for AD. His 5th of the night. And if that's how his night ends, that's a special way to end it. Giving up just 1 point, 5 strikeouts, and inducing 9 trick plays. Wow. If you love banana ball, you're loving this game. Right here from Neyland Stadium on ESPN.
Five plus five, not a rocket science. This day and time, that's hard to find. It's true. The road we're on in a traffic jam. It's a Sunday drive on a piece of land. It's paradise as long as girl, I'm trying to get you next to me, but first you gotta let me see that booty work, 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 booty work.
Give it up one more time for the Banana Nanas! Ladies and gentlemen, it's the young professor out here in right field, and we are about to get the biggest wave that Knoxville has ever seen going all around the stadium. We're going to start right here in 3, 2, 1, wave! Send it all the way around, up at the top. We got the double wave.
We mentioned trick plays, but we can't talk about those without talking about the Banana Ball Championship leader in that category, Jonathan Sunshine Looters. He and the Texas Tailgaters have absolutely spammed the tip drill this year. You see the first 2 that Sonny has tonight. He has very much so contributed to the 9 trick plays that the Tailgaters have this evening. And Sonny is going to join us here. How are you, my friend?
Oh, Brett, it is always so good to hear your voice. I'm fantastic. How are you? It's loud down here, man.
Man, they got the wave going on at Neyland. This is an SEC environment. I know you grew up in the Northeast, but how you like playing down here in SEC country for the 2nd time in 3 weekends?
It's just so cool. As Nick Lopez would say, SEC says it just means more. I can see why. It's just incredible. Incredible.
Sunshine, the people want to know.
Oh, boy. Oh, my. That's right.
We'll first take a moment to pause. Kyle Jackson just took one right off the helmet. Great sportsmanship from Taj Porter, from Christian Davis.
Okay,
Get to hear the 101,000 faithful here in Neyland. Happy that KJ's back up to his feet. And he'll walk down the first. Appears that he'll stay in this ball game.
Okay, good. Wow, that's scary. That's scary. Guys, all right. He's a big deal in our sport, obviously.
All right, Sunshine, one moment. Jesse Cole.
For your Savannah Bananas, a 5-time Pro Bowler from the New Orleans Saints and your University of Tennessee Volunteers, Alvin Kamara!
Alvin Kamara, one of the greatest running backs in this generation. Graduate here of the University of Tennessee. He was a standout for 2 years in 2016 and 2017. And now he's going to come into pinch run as his hamstring's bothering him. Wow.
Sonny, I have a question for you. What are the odds that we see Kamara celebrate a touchdown like that in the end zone this year?
I hope 100%. I certainly hope 100%. That was electric. He's actually going to run, too? Oh, my gosh.
Hey, you know if he gets on second, you got to go talk to him.
Absolutely.
That's your task. Reese Alexiadis at the dish. Sonny, we got to do something really cool last night. The Beefy Boys and the Bananas hosting a wrestling event about 20 minutes away here in Knoxville as Reese Alexiadis sends that one behind. Them fans can't catch it. You looked at me and gave me a quote during that wrestling event, and it was.
It was, the Tailgaters had a great week. We broke the team trick play record, broke the individual trick play record. We won 2 games, but yet that moment last night, we watched the BB Boys and the Bananas wrestle, was the best moment for Tailgaters that week. It was incredible.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Reese Alexiadis swinging out of those spikes as CD gets his 3rd strike out of the ball game.
For Biko and Josh up there, it's a direct quote. I looked at our broadcast.
Brett and Josh, Sunshine, Brett and Josh.
Oh, my gosh, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Thank you.
And I looked at them and I said, hey, this is the greatest thing all week. This is incredible.
Now, Sonny, I am curious. I mean, we could talk about your record, but I'm so curious. I mean, there is no team like the Texas Tailgaters when it's come to trick plays this year. When did you guys figure out that the identity this year is that you guys are the trick play Tailgaters?
Yeah, it was honestly a lot of Jordan Hussein. We were a little slow in the beginning of the year when it came to trick plays, but just Jordan kept preaching that, hey, we're going to do tricks. We're going to do tricks. And even in the 9th inning, and after a bunch of games and kind of understanding who we were and situations we had, we just kept on doing it, kept getting better and better, and I think we're going to only progress as a season.
Oh my gosh! Dan Oberst sends this one on top of Rocky Top as the Savannah Bananas take a 2-1 lead.
Danny Merrills with the banana ball that got absolutely annihilated into the seats in left field, and it gets to score Alvin Kamara at the same time. The Bananas, all of a sudden, all the momentum on their side. They're up 2-1.
Sonny, we love you. Biko, I miss you. That banana ball is sitting somewhere in the Smokies. 2-1. The Savannah Bananas lead it here from the home of the Volunteers.
Have no shortage of rivals. So we've decided to have these college football rivals go head to head in a game we like to call Big Balls. Let's meet our first contestant, the University of Alabama. Next, it is Vanderbilt University. Our third school the University of Kentucky. And finally, the University of Tennessee. In just a moment, these four rivals will collide until only one remains. Knoxville, are you ready? Well, then it's time for big balls in 3, 2, 1, go! Oh! Bama is down, 3 remain.
For the first time this year, Austin Drury will appear in the 6th inning of a banana ball game after he's thrown 5 gems of a banana ball game thus far. Only given up 2 runs, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, but most importantly, has induced 9 trick plays behind him. And Josh Talevsky, for the first time tonight, he now pitches with a lead.
Again, the Bananas love what they're seeing out of him, and it's been limited 3-ball counts. He's just continuing to pound the zone very effectively, getting the strikeouts, inducing the trick plays, and only 1 home run surrendered so far tonight. So there are a lot of good signs for Austin Drury, as you are getting a look at the end of big balls, and boy, what a collision!
You hear the rain of boos coming down here from the Volunteers. That's because the man with the big ball that had UK representing University of Kentucky win. Only one person in this stadium was happy, and his name is Nick Lopez. The only man that was happy. And there he is, leading off the inning for the Texas Tailgaters. Has not been able to get a hit off Austin Drury yet. From every pitch forward, a new season high in pitches thrown in a banana ball game for AD. About to throw number 85 here on the 1-1. Lope, 2 home runs this year, both against the Bananas, both in football stadiums, but both also coming from the left side. Even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's been at his best against the Bananas. 4 of his 10 runs batted in have also come against the guys in yellow this year. And hoping he can jumpstart something here as the Tailgaters finally playing from behind. This one lofted into shallow center. Cruz calls up his teammates and lands the rack flip. It's a rover rack flip for Robert Anthony Cruz. And the Bananas back out in front in trick plays. It is now 10-9.
Try saying that quick 3 times. Rover rack flip. Book it for out number 1.
Rover rack flip Robert Anthony Cruz. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, man. Kyle Martin yet again steps in here against Austin Drury. Nobody is even close to left field. Kmart, who's the starting left fielder tonight for the Tailgaters, he's been playing more of a truer definition, if you will, here at this 204 feet out the left field. Rack is quite literally playing behind the second base bag.
And look, both of these catches we've seen him make as the rover, they've come against Nick Lopez. Again, he is positioning himself in the right spots. They've clearly done their scouting report on these Tailgaters bats.
Fans can't make a play on that. A lot of film study going in for both of these 2 teams. You've seen Andrew Bartman, the Tailgaters' first base coach, grilling for the first time ever at a non-Tailgaters headline. That was something he wanted to put me up to as he gets his favorite song, Love Shack. Full count here to Kyle Martin, goes over his head. He's already got 1 2-base ball for a sprint tonight. He touches first when it touches the shortstop's glove. Kmart will now have a stand-up 2-base ball for a sprint. They haven't gotten him out tonight. 2 of those and a single for Kyle Martin. And now it's Jordan Barth, another man that is yet to be retired. A couple of singles on his line. Mentioned that film study, Josh. Rack has moved over about 20 feet to his right towards left field as a righty in the box.
Yeah, Jordan Barth, very pull heavy for the Texas Tailgaters, and dribbles this one to Austin Drury. Going down to his knees, he makes the play and celebrates with a couple push-ups after the fact.
That was incredible. AD throw 95 pitches, slip and slide, and glides it over to first for out number 2.
And unbelievably enough, Kyle Martin still at second base, wasn't able to advance on that play.
Taylor Justice, 1-0. As Josh just mentioned, Kmart still is at second. Taylor lofted out to Rack. Oh, the second rover Rack flip catch of the inning. Book it, 11-9. Bananas lead it in trick plays.
It is twice as nice for Robert Anthony Cruz in the 6th inning, and Austin Drury masterful work all night long. Still 2-1, Nanners up.
Our hometown heroes of the night, we thank you for your service and commitment to our great country. To our police officers, to our firefighters, to our nurses, to our EMS workers, to our dispatchers, and to our school teachers. The Tailgaters and Bananas say thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, clap those hands and make some noise for the Bananas Pep Band.
Which is the story of career.
Man, Alvin Kamara looking too cool for school down there. Almost as cool as Sam Bauman. So cool, we can't even hear him. The shades is blocking out the sound from Alvin Kamara, who just scored on a 2-run home run from Dan Overs to give the Bananas a 2-0 lead back in the 5th, Josh.
You think that's something that Alvin appreciates, or you think he goes back to the dugout? He's like, Dan, why didn't you let me run a little bit more, man?
Oh, my God.
What do you think that conversation actually looks like?
You know, Alvin did appear to have hamstring issues and then walked it out quite literally, so maybe Dan was just helping him out a little bit. Max Young Goldberg, a ball and 2 on him as Christian Davis now stretching into the 6th inning. Has gotten walked off twice, so won't be given 5 innings of work to this point. But this is now the 4th time this year that CD has appeared in his 6th inning of work in a single game.
And it just shows the trust that the Tailgaters have. They know he induces a lot of trick plays. I'm sure that's why they want to keep him out there, but slightly surprising considering CD has allowed home runs in each of the last 3 innings he's pitched in, has also hit a batter. It hasn't actually been the most sensational stuff that we're seeing from the lefty.
And a lot of these guys in football stadiums, especially when you're throwing a yellow banana ball, you're on a mound you don't necessarily know, no batter's eye here. That doesn't affect the pitcher as much as it would affect the batter. But again, just settling in with those differences, something Austin Drury's done very well. This one out to deep right. Waddy trying to check it down in foul territory. About 3 feet away from a sliding Zach Watson grab. So he's back up to his feet, all good. Just a really long strike.
You've just got to appreciate effort like that. I mean, if you want to understand how badly the Tailgaters want this win tonight in Neyland Stadium, all you need to look at is Zach Watson trying to make that play in foul territory as Davis has to deliver another payoff pitch, and it will miss inside. So young Goldberg draws the ball for a sprint, and he will be content with just one base.
Something the Tailgaters didn't do a single time last year was a mid-inning pitching change. I would not be surprised here in the 6th if they would potentially go to that. Again, they were held scoreless in the top half of the inning. So a ball for a sprint here would put runners on the corners. Maybe we'd see a different pitcher. Maybe CD's going to be out there regardless, as he's going to face the captain, Bill Leroy,
who's already taken him deep here tonight. So there was a time to do the pitching change. It might have been right there. Instead, Davis misses outside to Leroy, and you're just not seeing the finest control right now.
CD's not a guy who issues out a lot of sprints. So when you see a hit by a pitch and then that sprint we just seen, JT Sokolov, by the way, over there running at first, starts to make you wonder here as we get into the 6th. Christian Davis trying to settle back in. He will right there. Dan won't go biting. It's a called strike anyway. Excuse me, Bill won't go biting. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dan Oberst, the one who took him deep the last inning. Bill, full count yet again. Back-to-back plate appearances, that has been such the case. Jimmy Lewis supporting the checkered board overalls. Payoff. Poke left side, Jordan Barth keeps it in front of him, goes between the legs for one, to first. Dropped by Taylor Justice. So 1 out in 1 trick play as Bill Leroy reaches via fielder's choice.
Well, that is what you're going to take if you're Christian Davis and the Texas Tailgaters. You get your 10th trick play, now only down 1 in this battle, and you get the lead guy out at second base as well. Good decisions all around.
100%. I mean, that's just impressive anytime you can knock down a ball and still get a trick play out of it. Ryan Cox. Wow. Full body chills from the shortstop in Banana Ball. The staple, the trendsetter of trick plays, of aura. Gets 101,000 people to wave their hands up and down.
And we talk so much about how good Coxie is with the glove, but in football stadiums this year, he's been a star for the Savannah Bananas. 6 for 14 with a double, a home run, 2 runs batted in, and 4 ball 4 sprints.
He popped out to a double trick play. His lone time at the dish tonight. Taj, good job of scooping that one. As Bill will now have to run because JT Sokolov was used in place of Max Young Goldberg, something you rarely see. Bill Leroy running the bases. For those new to Banana Ball, the designated runner can only be used once through one time through the lineup. JT Sokolov, the designated runner for the Bananas, has already been used. What? Some confusion there is a late called strike 2. Safe harbor rule in effect. Ryan Cox returns back to left-handed batter's box. Pokes it to left. Clings off the fence. Jordan Barth goes all the way out to the wall. Christian Davis the one covering third because Jordan Hussein also out there with him. The fun intricacies of Banana Ball, and that will be the end of the line for Christian Davis. As now coming in to pitch, a 4th-year Banana Baller, a 2nd-year Tailgater, Zach Blankenship, a young man who was a party animal in 2023 and 2024, was a Tailgater last year, didn't throw a single pitch, and now, so far this year, 2 2/3 innings, has not struck anyone out. 2-ball-4 sprints. See that ERA has been very low. It's usually been used in a circumstance to just come in and get it out. Right here, must get 2 to negate another Bananas point. Standing in scoring position, Bill Leroy, he represents that inning-winning point.
Yeah, you're just trying to use him as a lefty specialist. You see a 3.5-minute MPI mark. That's how quickly he's averaging 3 outs this season. But he's fallen behind Ty Jackson already. 2-0 count.
Gets Pookie to swing and miss there. A double play could do wonders in the trick play category and the points category. Pookie smokes another one off the net. Bill's on his horse. And that will be a ground rule single in which all runners advance up 2 bases anyway. So that's going to be a Ty Jackson walk-off here in the home half of the 6th. The Bananas take a commanding 3-1 lead.
Ty to Ply, playing hero yet again for the Savannah Bananas. Back-to-back multi-hit contests for the guys in yellow. And now the Nanners earning points in 3 straight innings against the Texas Tailgaters.
Deja vu all over again. These Bananas putting up 3 the same way they did on Thursday night. How possibly could the Texas Tailgaters respond? Well, we'll have to wait a moment because there is a sea of yellow gathering out in what is center field here, but it would be right about on the 50-yard line if we were playing football here in Neyland Stadium tonight. But we're not. We're playing banana ball. And my good friend, brand new superstar of our sport, Derek Klena, has a microphone.
Let's dance! Been working so hard, I'm punching my card. 8 hours for what? I'll tell you what I got. I got this feeling like time is holding me down. I'll hit the ceiling or else I'll tear up this town. Now I gotta cut loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back, hold on before we crack. You for loose. Everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody for loose.
Coming into pitch, number 24, Derek Klena.
He's been a Broadway star. Now he's a banana ball star. And that's a heck of a way to enter a ball game from the man that pitched at UCLA, now calls New York home. Speaking of New York, that's where he came from. Driving all the way with strep throat because all of his flights out of New York City got canceled. Mentioned Jordan Barth earlier. By car, 707 miles for Mr. Klena. By plane for Mr. Barth. They are both making it here tonight to Knoxville.
Yeah, it is so cool to see how badly these players want to be playing in front of 101,000 folks. And Derek Klena, he already made some content about his travels down here to Knoxville. So if you want to check out all the hijinks and things that were in store for Derek Klena across his travels, go to Derek_Klena on Instagram. You can see what his McDonald's order is too.
Funny story, if I may peel the curtain back a little bit. We go in the locker room today, Josh and myself, to get Bill Leroy for our stage show. First thing Josh says as he walks in the locker room, great content out of you, Derek.
I loved it.
And man, he was fired up as well. He's like, man, I had to make a video or 2 out of it. Jose Gonzalez. He'll lead off this inning. He's fallen behind 0-1. Brother, as he's affectionately known as, smokes it to left center. Brother's going to have to get on his horse if he wants to. DR quickly to it. And it'll be a leadoff single for Jose Gonzalez, his first of the night.
That was a friendly ricochet off the wall here in Neyland Stadium. Pretty much shot right to DR Meadows, and that's how the Bananas were able to limit Jose Gonzalez Jr. to just one base.
Coxey got up there. Almost had a shot at making, arguably would have been the bouncy play of the year, as Derek Clennam will now face Mac Danford. The pride of Grand Ridge, Florida. You could feel 102 Grand Ridge, Floridas. Excuse me, a lot more than that. You could feel, about 102 Grand Ridge, Floridas into the stadium. Grand Ridge, Florida population about 800-900 people. So 102 would be about right. As Max ahead here 3-0. Ball for sprint. Brother retreated back to first before he went to second. Will still easily go first to third. And the Tailgaters begin the 7th here with runners on the corner, still none away.
The pitch from the U.S. Women's National Baseball Team and the #1 draft pick in the Women's Professional Baseball League, Kelsey Whitmore!
In a jam, top of the 7th, no outs, runners on the corners. Who else would you turn to than Kelsey Whitmore, who is yet to give up a hit in 2026?
She has still faced the minimum so far in all of her appearances this year for the Savannah Bananas. And the last 2 outings really stand out. It was Whitmore taking the mound in Savannah against the Coconuts last weekend and throwing her first full inning of the year in just 1 minute and 38 seconds, the fastest of the year for the Bananas. Then she appeared on Thursday against the Tailgaters, threw 1 pitch and got an out in 7 seconds. Come on now.
Kelsey Whitmore, a star. Who else is a star? Taj Porter. All right, I got a story between me, you, God, and America. Jonathan Sunshine Luter's lovely girlfriend, Abby Wingo, sent that song, CeeLo Green's Bright Lights, Bigger City to Sunshine. This make for a great walk-up. Sonny sends it to me and says, why can't we do this? And TP is now hitting in a fur coat on ESPN. That's Banana Ball. Ball and no strikes against Kelsey Whitmore. Neyland lit up with their flashlights after Taj just turned the lights off. Smoked foul. TP texted me this week. He said, you mind if I hit in a fur coat? I said, do I mind? I would love that, actually. Imagine if he get home run here, or if Kelsey Whitmore punches him out. Either way, he's great. The 2-2. Big time moment in this ball game. Payoff. Ball 4, sprint. Will bring home at least 1 run. McAdoodle's on his horse. Joe Mikulik will hold him up at third. Taj Porter in a fur coat brings in a run via ball 4 sprint.
That is the first blemish on Kelsey Whitmore's record here this season. Taj, an RBI sprint, and now taken off the bases. Jacob Pipersick replaces our fur coat-clad catcher.
Wow. You've had some really good alliteration tonight, Josh.
I appreciate that.
That might be the best. Rover rag flip, fur-clad catcher.
Fur coat-clad catcher?
I'm not saying that more than once. I didn't even get it right the first time. Indiana Stanley now in the driver's seat to get another ball 4 sprint. Smoke left side. Coxey gets under his glove. On the way to the fence. Pip will stay at second. Big time ricochet, and Robert Anthony Cruz hustling, able to get to that. RBI single, the first hit Kelsey Whitmore has given up this year, and now a little shebang. You might not know too much about Michael Jackson, Josh Stalevsky, but I know you know a whole lot about Aubrey Graham. Drake, little run silly after Mike Danford scores run number 2 here in the top of the 7th. First and second, still no away. Bill trying to backpick it first. Got him! The captain steals out number 1.
Well, Bill has never been shy to do that across his banana ball career. And it was Ziegler who also saw Indiana Stanley leading a little too much off of first base. Now this one is hit over to Alex Ziegler. He'll take it to the bag, collect a trick play for the Bananas. And it will move. Jacob Pipersick up 90 feet to third base. Second time Ziggy's fielded one between his legs tonight.
4th time through the order is Zach Watson. Waddy, a ground out, a strikeout, but most importantly, a home run. 5th trick play for Alex Ziegler. He now puts himself in a 3-way tie for the most trick plays ever by a first baseman in a single banana ball game, alongside Jordan Brewer and Taylor Justice. One more, he'd break that record. Waddy, 3-0. Could be exactly what the Tailgaters need, some insurance. Wow. Waddy, can't believe it, has a little bit of a conversation with Vincent Chapman. Yep. Full count yet again. Waddy! No, he didn't! His second yah-yah of the night! And he's volunteering himself for the cause in Neyland.
My goodness, I mean, Zach Watson thought he had a ball for a sprint, but I think now he'll take the 2-run tater off of Kelsey Whitmore. Each of his last 4 hits for the Gators have been extra base hits, and that was one that Waddy knew off the bat was going to conquer the 50-foot nets courtesy of Netting Pros.
Guy's getting hot, man. Put him at the top of the order and see what happens. Travis Munoz, the leadoff hitter who was projected this year, gets hurt, and the 3rd weekend of the year in Round Rock, we're kind of all sitting around scratching our heads what we're doing. This guy's hit leadoff a few times, Jordan Hussein as well. I think it's safe to say now the Tailgaters have found their leadoff hitter in Zach Watson. Nick Lopez, a ball and 2 strikes on him. He's still hitless tonight. A 4-run top of the 7th. Puts the Tailgaters in a premium position to get point number 2. Got him. Kelsey Whitmore finally able to get out of a jam that she inherited. 4 runs in the top of the 7th, including the second Waddy Woe bomb of the night. Tailgaters trying to get point number 2 on the other side.
We have Derek Klena of the Savannah Bananas. We're going to play a game called Music Roulette. We're going to give them a random song in a random music genre. They have to sing it, and you're going to vote. Jason Arndt, you were on American Idol last year. You're up first. Let's see what you got on the big board. We are going to sing Sugar We're Going Down as a country song. Little Fall Out Boy. Here we go.
All right, Knoxville, give me a yee-haw now. And for yeah, I've been dying to tell you anything you wanna hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week. I lie in the grass next to the mausoleum. I'm just a notch in your bedpost and you're just a line in a song. I'm going down, down, and a really around. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be a #1 with a bullet. Another God complex, stocking and pulling. We're going down, down, in an early round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be the #1 with a bullet. Another God complex, stocking.
You want that? Brett Allen, pinstripe, Texas Tailgaters jersey. Maybe you want any of those popping up on your screen. Well, you can scan that QR code right now or go to shop.thesavannahbananas.com and get yourself a player jersey or any of the mascot jerseys as well. However, it ends tomorrow. So act quick if you want a Banana Ball player jersey.
And a quick disclaimer, Crocodile Friend not included with the jersey, unfortunately.
Good.
I am sorry about that, but the mascot jerseys, I mean, it's a pretty good sell.
Let's go from Mr. One Brett Allen to his roommate in Mr. Brett Sanchez. He has been one of the best pitchers in the entire sport over his last 4 outings. Sub-1 ERA, has earned 9 points, only lost 2 of them, Josh. And most importantly on that, has only issued out 3 ball force sprints.
Yeah, and he has just a 4.8% ball force sprint rate this season, one of the lowest in our sport. Opponents are only batting .206 against him this year. That is the 3rd lowest mark in Banana Ball entering play tonight. And what really stands out, this is flying under the radar, but in terms of value over replacement pitchers this season, Brett Sanchez has been 29.4 runs better than a replacement level pitcher. That is tops in Banana Ball overall.
For those who love to talk about WAR like Josh Talevsky, that can almost be equated to WAR, which is wins above replacement in your regular game of baseball. It's funny you bring that up because Sanchez loves to tell me all the time that if you had pitching WAR, a true pitching WAR in our great sport of Banana Ball, that Christian Davis and himself would be towards the top because how many trick plays they induce, how many trick pitches they have.
They are both in the top 3.
Correct. Thank you so much, Josh Talevsky. Sanchi trying to earn the 2nd point of the night for the Tailgaters, a 4-run top half. Sanchi behind the back, trick pitch, misses up. Be one of his shorter outings of the year. Even if he were to finish the ball game, be one of the shorter outings of the year for Sanchi. Right side and into right field. Jackson Olsen gets a leadoff single.
Good piece by Jackson Olsen, just sitting back on that pitch from Brett Sanchez. Took Sanchi deep on opening night in Tallahassee and now collects the clean single into right field here in the bottom of the 7th.
Look at that! The duck goes deep! His 2nd home run of the year makes it a 2-run bottom half and 2 away now from tying it for the Bananas.
D.R. Meadows is not known for prolific power, but he comes up clutch when he needs to for the Savannah Bananas. And they're facing a 4-run deficit here in the 7th. That has all of a sudden been cut in half. Meadows, first pitch hacking, and that is another Bananas home run tonight.
Make it 4 now. This guy has one. Walked off the 5th inning with it. Robert Anthony Cruz falls behind 0-2. You know, Josh, that's what we talk about all the time. Points versus runs in Banana Ball. Therefore, when you start scoring in the top half as the away team, you need some insurance. That's been proven to be obviously correct here in the 7th inning. Smoked right side. Taylor Justice knocks it down. Between the legs, flip the first, just in time. Book it. The Tailgaters get out #1, but most importantly, draw within 1 in the trick play battle.
Wow, and Taylor Justice, I mean, you see him shaking his head. Who is not expecting the Banana Ball to kind of kick off with the dirt in the way that it did. Again, A lot of rain has been hitting this field over the past couple days. Doesn't exactly make it easy. You see Justice slipping in the grass as well, but he didn't rush himself. Great play by TJ.
Our bat boy strikes Neyland and strikes a pose. Hey, KJ. Third time we've seen Mr. Jackson tonight. He struck out and was hit in the head by Christian Davis' fastball his last time up. Alvin Kamara came in and ran for him. Yes, that's correct. KJ to center. Indiana Stanley bucket. Wow. 12 up in the trick play battle.
And when you're up a couple runs in the inning, it's easier for Stanley to make those plays. You still have a little room for error, but he nailed that.
Stilts. Oh, Britton.
Trying to continue a rally here in this bottom of the seventh. DR Meadows goes yard. Then back-to-back trick plays for the Texas Tailgaters, and with 2 outs, the Bananas turn to Stilch. Dakota Stilts Albritton falls behind 0-1. Pokes it, shallow right, Waddy, whoa, a backflip catch, bucket to cap off a 3-trick play inning. The Tailgaters score a point, making it 3-2, and they retake the lead in the trick play battle at 13-12.
All of a sudden in line for that equalizer point, and the outfielders dazzling the folks in Neyland. Stanley behind the back grab, and the backflip from Waddy. What a performance.
Now let's take a look at tonight's smooth plays, brought to you by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. We just mentioned it there. 13-12, the Tailgaters lead it in the trick play battle. But yet again, all the time, Josh Talevsky, in this life, this is a life and a sports quote. Iron sharpens iron. And when these Savannah Bananas play these Texas Tailgaters, iron sharpens iron when it comes to trick plays.
Again, these guys are just too competitive. Not only do they want to win the ball game outright, but they want to win when it comes to these trick plays. And they also want to be showing off the level of difficulty that they take. You've seen the Bananas with a plethora of really great plays, but all of a sudden you see Stanley grabbing it behind his back, Watson hitting the backflips as well. All in all, this has been one of the more electric trick play games out of any 2026 Banana Ball Championship League contest.
Folks here in Neyland getting hyped as Connor Harris, the biggest Yankee fan I know besides Biko Scala, is going to come onto the bump for the Savannah Bananas. And Josh, ERA's a little inflated, but this is a guy that the Bananas have turned to in some pretty crucial situations this year, including tonight.
And it's a test in certain ways. Harris trying to protect a lead right now for the Savannah Bananas, trying to do some trick plays as well. So he's likely going to try to pitch to a little bit of contact here in this 8th inning. And Harris retired 2 Tailgaters very quickly on Thursday night. It included a strikeout. So we'll see what happens for this rookie right-hander standing at 6 feet 8 inches.
Kyle Martin has not been retired tonight. You see his line there. 2 sprints and a single. Kmart welcomes East Tennessee to the auction. Has 11th long ball of the year, pacing the Banana Ball Championship League.
There is nobody like him. He is the Moundsman Mutilator, Kyle Martin. Unbelievable this season. McGuire-esque, Bonds-esque, whatever you want to call it. That is what he has become in the sport of banana ball.
And for what it's worth, 11 home runs this year. That was his 4th one in a football stadium. The other 7 have come in typical baseball stadiums. So he's swatting them no matter where you're playing at, no matter if it's 400 to dead center or 294 to dead center. Now it's Jordan Barth. Home runs galore, Josh Stalefsky. Zach Watson has 2. Kyle Martin has 1. That makes up 3 for the Tailgaters, 4 for the Savannah Bananas, 7 here tonight. The most home runs we've seen in this matchup this year between the Bananas and Tailgaters in a single game. Jordan Barth. Oh, man. Watch out down that left field line. So security folks not protected by that netting. Neither was the Texas Tailgaters mascot, Grubb the Gator. Fouled back. Fans, yet another opportunity. They've already gotten 1. Cannot make it 2 fan-caught foul balls tonight. Got him. High fastball. Mr. Harris blows the cheese right by him for out number 1.
Yeah, that's a swing where Jordan Barth's trying to do the exact same thing as Kyle Martin, getting that elevated heater and driving it over the netting. Instead, it turns into another one of those funky strikeout celebrations from the Nanners rookie.
Also important to note here, Josh, 13-12, Tailgaters lead the trick play battle. Bananas needing 2 outs here to secure a double trick play. Instead, sky high, deep left field. Robert Anthony Cruz watches it fly as it's his college teammate, Taylor Justice, who hits Gators.
And you see just why this Texas Tailgaters lineup is so potent. Martin and Justice, 2 of the top guys when it comes to slugging percentage this season, and they leave the yard here in the 8th inning. Tailgaters rallying in a massive way right now.
The boys in blue and orange, or in this case of tonight, red, white, and blue, have not hit it the best in the last 3 innings. They rank last in points earned in the back 3 innings this year of any team in Banana Ball. Tonight, they've already earned 1 in the 7th. Look to be well on their way to potentially earning 1 here in the 8th. And could just earn that equalizer point up by 1 in the trick play battle. How beautiful is our sport? A game in which the Savannah Bananas were dominating 3-1 about 15 minutes ago. Could be Texas Tailgaters leading at 4-3 heading to the 9th. Still a long ways to go. Connor Harris has it 0-2 against Jose Gonzalez. Got him. Pardon me, it was a ball and a strike. Had it an 0-2. Now we'll do a 2-strike pitch here from Connor Harris. $101,000 people here at Neyland. Nobody's gotten up and moved yet. Wow, brothers staying alive, but the fans an opportunity. And it's called! The second called foul ball by a fan tonight, both in favor of the Savannah Bananas.
Second time Connor Harris has induced a foul out to a fan this season, the first one coming in Yankee Stadium. It's a big play for the Savannah Bananas, but now they're really going to desperately need a trick play on this final out, or the Tailgaters will have secured the equalizer point.
Jonathan Sunshine Looters will hit on his unicycle. He has never struck out on that thing. Facing his roommate back in Savannah, Connor Harris. Sonny so far this year is hitting 4 for 8 on the unicycle and has also reached once via an error. Fouled that one off down the third base line. Left side, Ryan Cox goes between the legs. Ziggy between the legs. Book it, book it. As the Savannah Bananas retake the trick play lead, 14-13.
Oh, you want to talk about clutch? How about that Keystone State connection? Cox and Zig, another double trick play, and that is a new single game record for a first baseman. 6 for Zig, and the Nanners trying to hold up the Gators in the bottom half.
Keep it going. We love you so much, Banana Nation. Now let's go, Bananas!
Absolute chills of an animal tradition in yellow. But then right now, Rocky Top blaring through the speaker systems here at Neyland Stadium. And all 101,000 people where you can hear them. Man, sometimes you just got to smile from crying, and that's good. How blessed are we, man? He's Josh Chalefsky. I'm Brett Loftus. This is Banana Ball on ESPN. The Texas Tailgaters trailing 3 points to 2 in what has quickly become, yet again, a classic between these two teams. Tailgaters scored 2 in the top of the 8th. That holds on, it'd be 3 points to 3. Fouled into the sky, right side, out of play. The fans catch it, this time in favor of the Texas Tailgaters. And for the 4th time this year, Brett Sanchez has induced a fan-called foul ball.
I mean, that's just becoming business as usual for Brett Sanchez. And the fans really coming out and showing their glove work here tonight. 3rd foul ball caught by the fans.
That's why you bring your glove. By the way, the other 3 for Brett Sanchez came over the span of 2 innings back earlier this year in Sacramento, California. Right there gets that one. That's the first time the Tailgaters have induced a fan-called foul ball since then. Max Shun Goldberg takes one that misses at the belt. 3 balls and no strikes. Again, 2 trick plays here from the Tailgaters would also secure them the equalizer point. In Banana Ball, if the away team has more trick plays than the home team, that secures them an extra point heading into the final inning. Brett Sanchez. Will he go to a trick pitch here on 3-2? He won't. Max Young Goldberg out to right field. Zach Watson. Another Waddy Whoa! His second backflip catch of the ball game. Bucket, and it's 14 up in the trick play battle.
Boy, you think that guy's having fun right now? Zach Watson absolutely feeling himself. He's fanning himself. He's so hot right now for the Texas Tailgaters, offensively and with the glove.
2 home runs, 2 backflip catches in the same night for Mr. Watson. By the way, he's the only D1 baseball player in LSU's history to record 2 Gold Gloves. You just seen that on display for a reason. Big AB here from Bill Leroy, who sends it deep left field. Is it fair? No, just foul. Bill almost had his second yaya of the ball game. Instead, it's just a really long strike, number 1. Tailgaters trying to win the equalizer point and protect the 2-run inning lead. Seeing Joe Mikulik making his feelings known towards Vincent Chapman on that one. And the ball for a sprint. How far will Bill go? Oh, it's dropped. Bill was halfway to second, but instead will stay over at first on that 2-out ball for a sprint.
Well, now it's the tying run up at the plate here in the 8th inning for the Bananas. One big swing for Ryan Cox, and that potentially negates that 3rd point coming for the Texas Tailgaters.
Perhaps the most monumental plate appearance of the ball game to this point. A plethora of different outcomes, ranging from very, very positive for the Tailgaters to ranging very, very good for those Savannah Bananas. A trick play out would give the Tailgaters the inning win and would give them the equalizer point. Jordan Hussein, between the legs, bucket, falling away. That's your captain. 15-14 in the trick plays. 2-0 in the inning. The Texas Tailgaters lead it 4-3, heading to the final frame.
Oh my goodness, the captain of the Texas Tailgaters, who has pushed this team all season long, plays hero in the 8th, and in this back and forth contest, the Gators are in the lead.
Beating the Bananas on trick plays, receiving an equalizer point. The score sits as follows: 4 points for the Texas Tailgaters to 3 points for the Savannah Bananas. But here's the thing about the game of banana ball. In the final inning, every run counts for a point. These 2 teams have been battling all season. They are as evenly matched as it gets, and this is as high stakes as it gets in front of 101,000 people. So Knoxville, Tennessee, we need you to get loud right here, because this is the final inning.
In the second largest banana ball game of all time, here at Neyland Stadium, these faithful folks here in East Tennessee are about to witness the greatest closer that this sport has ever seen. His name is Danny Hosley. This year, he has somehow put together a first-third campaign that's even more impressive than what he's done his entire career. 21 strikeouts, only 2 ball four sprints, Josh Zalewski, and a .6 ERA.
Yeah, and that .6 earned run average leading the Banana Ball World Tour. His ERA plus right now, 100 is league average. Hosley's is over 1,000. He has been more than 10 times better than the tour average pitcher. It's honestly mind-boggling, very hard to comprehend, and he's striking out 33.3% of the total batters he's faced this season, also a tour leading mark, and chasing his nearly 37% strikeout rate that he posted in 2023 as a rookie, trying to see if he can best that here in his 4th campaign.
You know why I really love Danny Hosley? We call him Danny Do-It-All because he's truly a two-way player at his core. He was talking to us at Navasota High School after the Pop-Up game when the Tailgaters beat the Bananas. And he said, truthfully, I haven't been as good as an offensive player as I want to be this year. Obviously hitting below the Mendoza line and everything else. He said, but I just have to step it up in other ways. And he is having a pitching season for the ages to this point, Josh Talevsky.
I mean, the only thing that you can argue on Danny Hosley is just the lack of volume that he's had because he's not a starting pitcher. But he is pitching in the most important inning in Banana Ball just about every single game for these guys.
Taj Porter leads off this inning for the Tailgaters. He's 8, 9, and 10. If I know Joe Mikulik, and I do, a golden batter is sitting in the hole in spot of Jordan Hussein. Danny gets in the zone for the first time. 2 balls and no strikes. Taj, an RBI, ball 4 sprint. Comes up empty. He struck out his other 2 times tonight. Taj swats it into right field for a leadoff single. Jacob Pipersick will come in and run for the quad father. Jacob Pipersick 11 for 12 in stolen bases this year. See if he'll try to get active over there as Indiana Stanley steps in the box. Called strike number 1. Indy, an RBI single his last time up and then was picked off by Bill Leroy at first. A humongous moment in this 2026 BBCL season. The inaugural season in which Banana Ball is a league. 6 teams. These the top 2. The Texas Tailgaters and the Savannah Bananas. The only 2 teams coming into tonight with a record over 500. The Tailgaters already have clinched themselves a playoff spot in October. Fouled back into the crowd yet again. Cannot be caught. 8 times they've met this year, and 4-4 is the record thus far, including the Open. Jacob Pipersick, a conservative lead. The 1-2 from Danny. Got him! And as Danny records out number 1 via strikeout, the Tailgaters rally around the dugout, and there's a golden hood.
The Texas Tailgaters are invoking the golden batter rule. Now batting in place of Jordan Hussein is the Tailgaters golden batter. Please welcome Kyle Kmart Martin.
Get ready.
This is what you live for. The Banana Ball Championship leader in golden bat appearances and home runs, both at 11, steps into the left-handed batter's box. He has not been retired tonight. 2 ball 4 sprints, a single, and his staple, dinger.
And 2 for 9 as the golden batter this season with 2 ball 4 sprints. Kmart, though, still looking to get a knock against Danny Hosley.
That's something he's been very open about. He tells me all the time, I gotta get that first one off of Haas. Can it come right here? Fouls it off. Had him way out on his front foot. Danny Hosley's Vulcan changeup, one of the nastiest pitches you'll ever see in Banana Ball or otherwise. He's got one of the best hitters in the sport behind 0-2. Jacob Pipersick still hasn't been in motion over there at first. Kmart! 1 hops the wall and left. Pip will turn back and revert to second. Man, Robert Anthony Cruz being that rover tonight, he has displayed hustle in a big way. But Kyle Martin gets his 3rd hit of the ball game as Jordan Hussein will hustle over the first because Kyle Martin is right back in the hole as here's the top of the lineup in Zach Watson. Vincent Chapman stopped the ball game for a moment. Everything's legal again. Jordan Hussein is who was golden batted for. He will now be running it first. Just joining us, Zach Watson is having a ball game for the ages. 2 backflip catches defensively, 2 long balls at the plate. Waddy. Oh, off of Ryan Cox. Goes to third. Off the bag was Jacob Pippersick. He and KJ made some contact there. Oh.
Yeah, he didn't come anywhere even close to that bag, but you see Jacob Pippersick looked like he immediately said, "My bad," and "Are you okay?" So it wasn't exactly the intention, but really kind of confusing to see why Pippersick would be so far off of, or far away from third base.
Yeah, that was very odd. I think he was
odd, and it's odder because he goes, "My bad, are you okay?"
I think he was thinking about rounding third there, potentially, seeing that ball go into left. So he's taking a wider arc there. Instead, you've seen Brandon Pennington, the third base coach for the Tailgaters, quickly telling him to slide. Low B, deep left field. Rack backing up on it. Has it at the fence for out number 3. The Savannah Bananas. Hearts skip a bit of a beat, but never doubt Danny Do-It-All.
Four points for the Tailgaters to 3 points for the Savannah Bananas. This is where the rubber hits the road. The Savannah Bananas must score 1 point in order to force a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker. But Knoxville, why settle for 1 when they can get 2 and walk it off in Rocky Top? One way or another, ladies and gentlemen, things are about to get interesting. Knoxville, Tennessee, let's make some noise one more time because it all comes down to this.
Where else would you rather be than watching Banana Bowl on ESPN tonight? The Texas Tailgaters, in front of 101,000 people, lead the Savannah Bananas 4-3, needing 3 outs from that man, the pride of Slidell, Louisiana, Brett Sanchez. He's already earned 2 points tonight in the 7th and 8th innings. Gave up a 2-run bomb to D.R. Meadows, the only blemish on his line thus far. It's 9-10-1 for the Savannah Bananas. Ty Jackson, Jackson Olsen, and D.R. Meadows. Ty hit way up the elevator shaft. Jordan Bart, out number 1. And just as the Tailgaters did for their 10-hole hitter, the Savannah Bananas are going to send a golden batter to the plate.
Knoxville, the Savannah Bananas are invoking the golden batter rule. Hitting in the place of Jackson Olsen is the Savannah Bananas golden batter. Please welcome Dan Ober.
A legend of Banana Ball. Danny-O, his 5th golden batter appearance this year. Let me take you back to Yankee Stadium a few weekends ago, where Dan Oberst hit an Oppo Taco in the 9th inning as the golden batter, en route to a Bananas victory. Brett Sanchez falls behind 1-0. Danny O tonight has fouled out to a fan and hit a 2-run walk-off home run. He's in the driver's seat here. Clips the glove of Taj and goes to the backstop. As Dan chose not to try and steal first.
Yeah, he's just trying to tap into that pull side power right now and potentially get as many pitches as he can see against Brett Sanchez in the event that he does get to face him again here in the 9th. As Sanchi's 3-0 pitch is poured in a strike.
Full count. Brett Sanchez, Dan Oberst, payoff. Got him! Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Texas Tailgaters are 1 out away.
Brett Sanchez challenging Dan Oberst. You see a two-seamer running inside. Oberst trying to put everything he had into punishing that banana ball. Instead, Brett Sanchez now an out away from securing a come-from-behind win for the Texas Tailgaters. But it's D.R. Meadows, the man who homered against him in the 7th, up here.
D.R. high off that 50-foot net. Almost did it again. Instead, a 2-out single. And now it brings the game-winning point to the dish in form of Robert Anthony Cruz. How poetic is this? As Reese Miller is going to come into the ball game to pitch. The University of North Carolina, early April. Reese Miller, Robert Anthony Cruz. Rack hits a game-time 2-run homer to make it 5-5. A week later in the Banana Ball Open, it's the championship game on Sunday. Rack hits a home run that tied it up, sent it to showdowns, in which Reese Miller struck out Rack en route to the Tailgaters winning the Open. Now, it's Reese Miller against his kryptonite, Coach Rack, as the Savannah Bananas are down to their final out here in Neyland Stadium. Just a hair low. 2 balls and no strikes. A home run here would send this place into a walk-off frenzy. A strikeout would send the Tailgaters to win number 13. Wow. The zone has shrunk an awful lot here in the last couple innings. The 3-0. DR's got great wheels. Would he think about going home? He's quickly around second. Bryce Stover gives him the stop sign. And Rack, a 4-pitch ball for a sprint. As now, the game-tying and winning runs stand aboard as it's the superstar here in the sport of banana ball, Kyle Jackson, who walked it off a week ago in Savannah against the Loco Beach Coconuts via a walk-off sprint. 5 straight balls from Reese Miller to begin his outing.
Yeah, this is what you do not want to see if you're Reese Miller. Wanted that personal battle against Robert Anthony Cruz, but now struggling to find the zone as that one will clip Kyle Jackson and load the bases.
For Super Reese Alexiadis, the man who broke the single season record for home runs by a Savannah Banana in 2025 with 12. The man who led Banana Ball last year on the World Tour in 2025s in walk-offs. He was our showman of the night Thursday in the Bananas win at Covenant Health Park.
And he's batting over 500 with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in football stadiums.
He is the guy you think about when you think of football stadiums in Banana Ball. Bases juiced, 2 outs. 1-point ball game, the 0-1. Now, down to their final strike tonight. It's Reese Alexiadis. It's Reese Miller. It's Neyland Stadium, 101,000 people. The 0-2. A waste pitch that Taj Porter does a great job of just keeping in front of it. There you see in football stadiums this year hitting over 500. The 1-2. Hit in the sky. On the infield. Sunshine. Tip drill to himself. Book it. And the Texas Tailgaters have won the 2 biggest games in the history of banana ball.
I'll tell you what, if your heart wasn't pumping, you do not know the dramatics and you do not know the final inning of banana ball. The Tailgaters, even with the bases full full of bananas. Somehow, someway, hang on. And it's the trick play Tailgaters with help from the Equalizer Point. And that trick play from Jonathan Looners emerging victorious by a 4-3 score.
If you don't feel something right now, your something feeler is broken. 3 weeks ago tonight, the Texas Tailgaters won the biggest banana ball game of all time. At Kyle Field tonight, they win the second largest banana ball game of all time here at Neyland Stadium in front of 203 combined 1,000 people. What a night. Thank you guys so much for joining us for our lovely sport of banana ball. For our entire crew back in Savannah, Keegan Woods, our wonderful producer Chad Reese, Josh Zalewski to my left. I'm Brett Loftus, thanking all of you. And we will see you next time, as this was Banana Ball on ESPN. Hey,
and
YouTube.
you witnessed one of the true great banana ball games. 29 trick plays, 6 home runs, 3 fan-caught foul balls by you guys. And thank you so much for making history with us here tonight. I'll tell you, we're not done yet. We're going to finish strong here, but thank you so much for making all our dreams come true. When we started this, we never imagined we could play in front of this many fans. And you brought so much energy, so much passion, and so much electricity to this stadium tonight. So thank you so much. We love you guys. And now let's go to the captain of the Bananas, Bill Leroy.
What's up, Knoxville? Man, that was a tough loss, but did you guys have fun tonight? Honestly, that's what it's all about. Sometimes it's really difficult to come out here and speak after the games, after you get out here and compete just like that. The Tailgaters brought their A game tonight. We brought our A game tonight, and it really sucks to lose. But I'll tell you what, there's something really cool going on here. 100,000 people plus of you guys believed in us tonight and showed up in this ballpark, and everybody here experienced joy and had smiles on their faces, and that's way more important than a baseball game or any sporting event. So thank you guys for showing up and spreading joy with us tonight. We truly feel loved by you guys, and it was really, really loud, especially when Rocky Top played. That was pretty cool, huh? We are one big family here tonight, so everybody around the stadium, before we go home, I want you to put your hands up high. We're going to break it down tonight as one big banana ball family, because that's what we are. We're going to say fans first on 3, loud and proud. But I need to know, are you ready? What'd you say, Ty?
They not ready.
I said, are you ready? Hands up. Fans first on 3. 1, 2, 3. We love you, Knoxville. Till next time.
Inning, a single out, a single pitch, a single AB. That is one of the single greatest banana ball games I think we've ever watched in the history of our young sport. Who could possibly have been the best player in this ball game tonight? Well, I think it's pretty simple. He played in the SEC, but he didn't wear orange. He wore yellow and purple. Now he's wearing blue and orange. His name is Zach Watson. 2 backflip catches, 2 long balls tonight. Zach Watson was by far the best player on the field tonight for the Texas Tailgaters.
Yeah, it was unbelievable to see from Waddy, and you know, he showed signs of good things to come on Thursday night, a pair of doubles for the Texas Tailgaters. But this guy, like you said earlier in the show, Brett, he has firmly entrenched himself in this leadoff spot for the Texas Tailgaters. You talk about a guy who you needed to get a jump start from tonight. Zach Watson was him. Pair of home runs, the backflips in right field that had Neyland Stadium going crazy. This was an all-around incredible game, and he has been in this sport since 2024. I think it's safe to say this was the game of his career.
Sam, one more Waddy Woe for us tonight. Let's yap with him, Mr. Bauman.
Yeah, hey guys, we didn't want Zach Watson to miss this historic moment. Waddy, showman of the game. 2 bombs, 2 backflips, 1 big win for the Tailgaters. Break it down.
Hey, the boys needed a CD. Went out there and pitched his freaking butt off. I wasn't meaning you. I was meaning CD. Taj caught a freaking great game behind the plate. Man, it was awesome. We needed that win coming off a loss from the Bananas the other day, and the boys were fired up and won the trick plays too. Hey, a lot of homers today, and that was awesome.
The 2 biggest games in Banana Ball history, the Texas Tailgaters have their name in the win column next to it.
Oh yeah, the boys are hot. The boys are hot. Watch out, everybody.
Zach, final question here, Banana Ball backstage. 11-year-old Isaiah wants to know, this might be your toughest question yet, who got the best drip on the team?
I'm gonna say Sanchez. You see this guy? Look at him. Look at that mustache. Just look at him. The belt, the high pants, the shoes, the hat, the thank yous.
Zach Watson, he's the showman, but he's giving all the credit to the other guys. Brett, Josh, back to you.
Hey, Sanchez got some good drip. Don't sleep on Mr. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't sleep on Zach Watson either, man. He was a 3rd-round pick out of LSU for a reason. He won 2 Gold Gloves at LSU for a reason, and it's just so poetic that he's finally coming into his own at this point in time. Now, as we have concluded the year for football stadiums in the matchup that is the Texas Tailgaters Savannah Bananas, how could we possibly move forward? Well, it's simple. Here's next week in Banana Ball. Firefighters Tailgaters will be in Corpus Christi beginning their 3-game series at 8 Eastern Time on Thursday night on the Tailgaters YouTube channel. The Party Animals and Coconuts, we're going to Disney World as they'll be heading to Orlando Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, Coconuts YouTube channel. And then you guys, Josh, get to be part of a pretty historic weekend in Kansas City.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see the Clowns continue their headline shows in Kansas City. Can't wait to see what that looks like. And do not sleep on the Coconuts headliner at the Wide World of Sports. They're going to have a lot of fun things in store throughout that entire weekend.
We got more in store for you tonight as Sam Bauman now has grabbed the owner and creator of our great sport of Banana Ball, Jesse Cole.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. Of course I had to talk to Jesse after yet another historic game of Banana Ball. Jesse, you grabbed me in the 5th, 6th inning. You said, I'm having a lot of fun, Sam. What was so fun about what we just did?
Well, that's Banana Ball at its best. You know, we've had these challenges of these big stadiums. It's hard. Sometimes you try to do a lot of things and try to make it a great show. And, you know, in Texas A&M, we tried to do a lot, and we didn't deliver at the best of our ability. And then we came here, and to watch the way these group of players played, 29 trick plays, watch the entertainment and the crowd just so energized. This was special, man. We have so many nights out here, and you never know how it's going to go. But this was like a redemption. 100,000, we showed that we can put on a heck of a show and play Banana Ball at the highest level. And if you're not a Banana Ball fan after watching this, I don't know what's going on, because this is special.
Jesse, what was it that you saw early on where you already felt, I felt like from 1, 2, 3, start the clock, there was an energy in here that you were just latched onto?
We'll talk about the first play of the game, a double trick play. I mean, you just kick it off right away. And, you know, obviously having the Tennessee softball team out here is going to the College World Series. You know, you feel the love out here for everything. There's a lot of pride in this community, and we felt it. But then immediately you go into great promotions, great trick plays, great performances, great singing. Everything was clicking, and that very rarely happens in Banana Ball, everything, because we do so much. It's so hard. But it was clicking, and I was having my time of life. We went up to the upper deck, and I'll tell you, the fans were just jumping up and down and dancing and singing, and they were so far away, but they were into it. And when you can feel that, when 100,000 people are into our show, wow, there's nothing like it in the world. So I haven't had this much fun. This reminded me of Clemson last year. You know, we played an hour and 43-minute game with all the trick plays and the home runs. That's what this felt like. And I'll tell you, I can't wait to the next one, because I know we're going to continue to get better and put on a great show.
Jesse, you talk about taking Banana Ball to the moon. We got pretty dang close tonight. You going to be able to rest after this one?
I'm excited to get with the fans. When you look about all these people that came from all over the country to be here, and I'm proud. We put on a show. They played their hearts out, and this was worthy of what Banana Ball is all about. So I can't wait to go celebrate with them, spend time with the fans, people that have given us a chance since day one, and now we're showing, hey, this is worth it. We're going to keep going, and we're just getting started.
Well, let's not keep him any longer. He's got 100,000 fans to get out to, sign some autographs, take some pictures. Brett, Josh, put a bow on this one for us, will you?
Thank you so much, Sam. Yeah, I think our owner and creator of our sport and of Banana Ball or 6 teams. Jesse Cole just put it so poetically. Josh, listen, I know I'm the Texas Tailgaters guy. I know it's good night for all of those that support the Texas Tailgaters, winning 4-3. Beyond the result, though, beyond the wins and losses, this was a truly, truly special night. When you play in front of 100,000+ people 3 weekends apart, you don't think that the product could get much better than what we had at College Station, and then you see what you had here tonight. 8 combined home runs, 30 combined trick plays, but still incredible pitching. The entertainment was great, as Jesse put it. The crowd was so heavily involved. All 101,000 people and all of those that we were able to service in virtual Banana Land tonight got such a treat. But truthfully, we did here in the booth as well.
I can't find a single thing to argue with any of Jesse's statements down there on the field. I mean, you mentioned some of the numbers, but you also saw a sub-2-minute inning in this ball game. You saw special guest appearances, getting the volunteer softball team out here, Alvin Kamara pinch running for the Savannah Bananas, and then you consider Derek Klena with a really great performance coming into pitch. Some great walk-ups from Nick Lopez and Taj Porter. The play on the field, the entertainment, the trick plays, everything was so great tonight. I mean, fantastic. It was like everybody came together and was just very much dialed in on delivering the best possible Banana Ball product in this game. And by the way, a really gritty win for your guys as well. I mean, we've talked about Zach Watson, what a great game it was for him. Kyle Martin having a big game as well. But you can't forget Brett Sanchez coming into this game, and the Texas Tailgaters knowing across those last 4 outings, this guy's sporting an earned run average below 1 for them and inducing over 50% of his outs that are trick plays. It was the right decision. It led them to that equalizer point. It kept the Bananas off the scoreboard, and it wound up leading the Texas Tailgaters to victory yet again here tonight in Neyland in front of the 2nd largest crowd in Banana Ball history.
To Virtual Banana Land, thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. You know, Biko Scala, the voice of our sport, always has the pleasure of getting and sitting in this seat next to my good friend, one of my best friends in this life, really, and Josh Levski. But I'm so thankful I was able to be here tonight. It's such a blessing, and truthfully, just on a personal note for a moment, one of the most special nights and something I've been looking forward to my entire life. So thank you guys so much. But on a much bigger level, 2 games back now, the Tailgaters are of the Bananas as we move into another 3-game weekend for the Tailgaters and into a historic weekend as the Bananas play the Clowns in their first ever Major League headliner at Kansas City. The pressure perhaps coming off this weekend, the momentum perhaps. What do you see to expect going into next weekend, Josh?
I just think that both of these teams very much know that they're the cream of the crop in Banana Ball this season. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the other 4 teams in this sport, but they're just trying to sharpen themselves for the next time in which they face each other. I mean, the Bananas and Tailgaters have just been these unreal games all season long. Not that Tailgaters Firefighters won't be next weekend and the Bananas and Clowns won't play excellent games as well, but these teams know that this is the premier rivalry in 2026, and there's a very strong chance at the end of this season, one of these 2 teams winds up the champion in 2026.
Quite insane what we just seen. Tailgaters win it 4-3, move within 2 games now of the Savannah Bananas in the Banana Ball Championship League standings. What an incredible night. Keegan Woods back in Savannah, leading our incredible crew. Chad Reese, our producer, sitting to our left as we sit here, did a great job tonight. Josh Talevsky, one of the brightest minds and best broadcasters you will ever hear. I'm Brett Loftus. Really want to thank you for making 4-year-old Brett dreams come true tonight. Getting to do play-by-play in a Sunbelt football stadium on ESPN where the Texas Tailgaters were the victors. Thank you to everybody who also watched us on the Savannah Bananas YouTube channel. I must tell you, Tailgater up. But until next weekend, we will see you later!